In a barren desert, cries for help echoed in all directions. Help! Run! Don't leave me! That human-faced demon is terrifying. Don't come here. The panicked crowd fled in a mad rush, but ahead of them yawned a dizzying chasm. It's over. There's a cliff ahead. No way out. Find somewhere to hide. A towering human-faced demon appeared. It relentlessly hunted for survivors. A girl trembled in fear, pressed behind a boulder and prayed without stopping. Don't find me. Absolutely don't come here. Please. But in an instant, a grotesque face suddenly materialized right before her. At that moment, time around her seemed to freeze. No. No. Please don't. A young man hiding nearby witnessed the demon seize the girl and felt a chill run through him. Is this the demon planet? This newbie trial is way too brutal. He glanced at the watch on his wrist, calculating silently. Rumor had it that after using the job transfer material, surviving 5 minutes on the demon planet would automatically complete the transfer process. But for ordinary people here, even lasting a single minute was likely an impossible task. The young man was named Jiang Kai. He was on the planet called the Demon Planet to undergo the newbie trial. The Demon Planet is a massive celestial body that suddenly appeared outside Earth 50 years ago. However, the appearance of the Demon Planet was very strange. It caused no gravitational catastrophe to knock Earth off its orbit. Nevertheless, after the Demon Planet appeared, Earth's flora and fauna began to mutate. They suddenly transformed into monsters called beast gods, wreaking havoc across the world. Beast gods possessed powers that current human science was utterly helpless against. Their emergence drove humanity to the brink of extinction. But in that darkest hour, survivors unexpectedly discovered a series of miraculous teleportation circles scattered across Earth. Humanity only needed to step through those teleportation circles to be transported to the Demon Planet in digitized form. Upon arriving on the Demon Planet, people found it resembled a hyper-real digital world. There, humanity could switch professions into various jobs. Everyone had attribute panels, equipment, skills, and could level up just like characters in a game to achieve overwhelmingly powerful stats. They even discovered that if one leveled up to a certain degree on the Demon Planet, one could bring this supernatural power back to Earth. Then, the real-world body would become as mighty as its Demon Planet counterpart, even allowing a mortal body to confront beast gods head-on. The era of mass job transfers to the Demon Planet officially began. Diverse professions like assassin, mage, berserker, knight, and summoner started to appear one after another. In short, if humanity wanted to break the deadlock to survive, it had to seize power from the Demon Planet. People flocked to the strange planet. They were collectively called explorers. Meanwhile, the desperate screams still echoed through the air. Jiang Kai thought to himself, "This is bad. I might be the only survivor left in this area. But I'm cornered now too, with no way out." The human-faced demon drew ever nearer to the spot where he was hiding. Jiang Kai thought bitterly, "Did I bankrupt my family to drag myself to the Demon Planet only to lie here and wait to die?" Memories surged back. He recalled what his sister had said. "Big brother, if you want to go to the Demon Planet, just go. Big bro and I will work our hardest to grind and gather enough money for you." My sister, still young, endured every bitterness and hardship to earn money so I could go to the Demon Planet. As for my eldest brother, despite kidney failure, he worked himself to the bone. If there's no money for the operation within 2 months, then... But now, not only haven't I completed the job transfer, I'm lying here wasting every hard-earned penny my family saved with sweat and blood, waiting to die. Just as that thought ended, the human-faced demon suddenly hurled the club in its hand toward Jiang Kai. His eyes instantly sharpened and hardened. No! Rather than sit still and wait to die, he decided to risk everything on one desperate bet for his family. The gamble was his only chance to survive. Acting on it, he decisively charged toward the chasm before him, and without hesitation launched himself into the void. Suddenly, a flash of light blazed. A system panel appeared right in front of Jiang Kai. "Because your action resembles that of a gambler, congratulations. You have triggered a 1 in a million chance to receive a hidden profession. You have now successfully changed profession. Congratulations. You have become the glorious hidden profession. the gambler. After that fateful leap, Jiang Kai accidentally fell into a strange forest. He slowly sat up, scanned his surroundings frantically, and asked himself, what the hell just happened? Why did I fall from a high cliff and not get hurt? And even my old wounds are completely healed. A strange blue light appeared before him once more. From the light, a girl emerged and spoke. Because you successfully changed profession in time, your basic attributes have been refreshed, equivalent to being resurrected in perfect condition. Jiang Kai asked, are you the AI intelligence that coexists with the demon planet? The girl replied, you could put it that way. Congratulations on your successful job transfer. I will now introduce the talent of the gambler profession. The girl explained in detail. Any reward or penalty you receive will trigger a doubling effect, and there is a 1% chance to activate the super doubling effect. When that effect is triggered, rewards and penalties increase tenfold. Because you activated the doubling talent and also received the doubling talent itself, the number of your profession talents has been doubled. Accordingly, you will receive a second talent for the gambler profession. Jiang Kai exclaimed in shock. What? Others get only one talent when they change profession, and I can have two? The girl affirmed firmly. Yes, these are the current effects and attributes of the second talent you possess. After skimming the attribute panel, Jiang Kai was even more stunned. My 4 basic stats add up to 36 points? He turned to ask the system. Ordinary people only have about 20 total attribute points after job transfer. Why did I jump to 36? The girl answered. That's because the doubling talent can double the attribute points received after transfer. Jiang Kai thought, this actually got approved? If so, when leveling on the demon planet later, while others gain only a little per level, I'll receive double. Moreover, he also possessed a second talent, supercritical. A normal critical hit deals double damage, but his could multiply damage by 200 times. Although his current critical rate was only 1%, if he could raise that stat, his damage would become unbelievably devastating in the future. Next, he approached the weapon the human-faced demon had used to attack him and pondered, is this what that monster just used? Previously, he had only been focused on quickly changing professions on the demon planet to earn money for his brother's surgery. Because on the demon planet, even weak professions still earn slightly more than on Earth. But I never expected to stumble onto such a big windfall. That means I might soon earn enough for my brother's medicine and give my family a comfortable life. Just then, the system notification appeared. You have successfully changed profession. Please complete the Newbie mission. Reach Holy Miracle City safely within 7 days. Jiang Kai looked at the mission and calculated silently. However, in the Newbie trial, completing the profession change is only the beginning. The road ahead is truly arduous. Completing the Newbie trial is his supreme goal right now. To pass the trial, he must reach the endpoint of the trial area, Holy Miracle City, within 7 days. But reaching the finish successfully is exceedingly difficult. First, the trial area is teeming with monsters. If you are killed, the trial is failed and you will be teleported back to Earth. Although dying on the demon planet won't harm your Earth body and you can log back into the demon planet, Jiang Kai understood very clearly that the cost of failure is not small. He picked up the weapon dropped by the monster earlier and set off to carry out the mission. As he walked, he told himself, the price of death that seems small actually only applies to the rich. Because logging into the demon planet requires a huge sum of money. The rich have countless chances to fix mistakes. But someone poor like me must succeed on the first try. There is absolutely no second chance. While Jiang Kai was moving, a very loud noise suddenly rang out ahead. He hurriedly hid behind a tree, thinking the cry sounded familiar. Could it be? Nearby, a venomous snake abruptly appeared, gaping its red mouth and lunging to attack. A stocky man struggled against the snake and cried out in terror, "Oh my God! Help!" He kept swinging to drive the snakes away, wailing, "Don't come near me. I'm the most afraid of snakes in the world." This man was Jiang Kai's longtime friend, Yuan Zhu. Jiang Kai quickly recognized his friend. So it's Zhu. He was surrounded by green six serpents. These snakes have extremely potent venom. One bite kills both person and beast. What's worse, there were 3 of them here. A voice suddenly rang out right behind Yuan Zhu. "Zhu, Don't be afraid. He spun around and saw Jiang Kai rushing in, shouting, I'm here. Seeing Jiang Kai appear, Yuanzhu was utterly astonished. Kai, what are you doing here? He cried as he said, Kai, don't worry about me, run. These snakes have very high stats and venom. We're only level 1. We can't beat them. Jiang Kai launched the weapon from his hand, while reassuring his friend, don't be afraid. The spear shredded the air and stabbed into the snake behind Yuanzhu, killing it on the spot. Yuanzhu was even more stunned. What? Kai, you can kill a green sick serpent.
Yang Kai calculated mentally.
Using Zhu to draw attention and then circling behind the snakes to strike proved very effective. But now it was his turn to become their target. Seeing the snakes charging wildly toward Jiang Kai, Yuanzhu shouted a worried warning. We're done for? Kai, these snakes move incredibly fast, yet Jiang Kai calmly dodged the snake's snaps with skillful ease. Is that so? Yuanzhu gaped in astonishment. Holy crap! You can actually dodge them? Jiang Kai thought to himself that after the job transfer his attributes doubled. Level 1 agility could now rival level 2. Indeed, these level 1 green sick serpents were even slower than him. He then signaled Yuanzhu, Zhu, keep drawing their attention. Yuanzhu immediately nodded frantically. All right. In the blink of an eye, Yuanzhu's expression betrayed utter astonishment. Holy crap. I only just got their attention and Kai's already butchered them all. After clearing the snakes, Jiang Kai glanced at the system notification and pondered. His profession clearly favored agility with low strength, yet he could dispatch level 1 monsters in an instant. It seemed the spear of slaughter he picked up from that human-faced monster was a top-tier weapon for boosting attack in this newbie area. Yuanzhu leaped forward, hugged Jiang Kai tightly, and exclaimed, Wow! Legends say newbies only get torn apart by monsters. How can a newcomer dole out the beating instead? Kai, how did you do that? Jiang Kai pushed his friend away and instructed, Here's the deal. I was lucky to change into a brand new profession, the gambler. You must not blab about it to anyone. Yuanzhu stared at him. Oh, the gambler? Then he patted his chest proudly and boasted to Jiang Kai. I don't know what that profession is, but mine's no joke either. This time Jiang Kai was surprised. A martial adept? No wonder you could hold out so long against 3 snakes. This was one of the top 5 professions in Holy Miracle Nation. No one knew how many professions existed on the demon planet. But every explorer must change professions upon arrival, determined by the transfer material they bought before logging in. Usually, the rich are willing to spend tens of millions to buy premium materials to secure an overpowered profession. Thus, when they reached the demon planet, they could directly transfer into powerful jobs like martial adept, soldier, or beastmaster. Poor people only dared buy the cheapest materials. Those are usually weak, and the resulting profession is entirely random, pure luck. Jiang Kai wondered, but a single martial adept transfer material costs 50 million. Zhu, did you take out a loan with crazy interest? Yuanzhu laughed heartily. Heh, not at all. It's a long story. I'll explain later. Seeing that, Jiang Kai said, Really? Fine, then quickly gather up these snake corpses. I heard they sell for a good amount. He thought to himself that, on the demon planet, most loot could be converted to money. He had to seize this chance to earn a lot for his family. And items on the demon planet, like monster corpses or equipment, when dropped would turn into cards that could be collected and sold. Moreover, looking back at the fight, the gambler profession seemed even more broken than martial adept. At that moment, a soft voice came from the side. Hello. Yuanzhu was startled, stumbled back and yelled. Jiang Kai instinctively stepped in front of his friend. Unexpectedly, the newcomer was an extraordinarily beautiful girl. She weakly spoke. My name is Sun Wan. Alone, it's truly difficult for me to pass this trial. May I join your party? Jiang Kai flatly refused. Sorry, we can barely carry ourselves. It's hard enough to fend for us. If we bring you along, I'm afraid. Wan hurriedly ran up and pleaded. Please, don't leave me behind. My profession is doctor. I can heal you all. She looked at him with teary, pitiful eyes and used every argument to persuade him. If we encounter venomous snakes like those, I can extract their venom to enhance your weapon's attack. Please, don't abandon me. Yuanju's eyes lit up, exclaiming, wow! Heals and extracts venom. So cool.
Yang Kui calculated silently.
A doctor? That's one of the 10 rare advanced professions. In the newbie trial, the healer role is extremely important. If I hadn't changed profession and been fully healed just now, I probably would have died outright. Finally, he nodded and agreed to Nuan's request. All right, I'm Jiang Kai, and this is Yuanju. Let's reach the finish together. Nuan was moved to tears. Thank you, everyone. What Jiang Kai didn't expect was Yuanju teasing him for taking Nuan onto the team. Whoa, bro. Did you change your mind so fast just because you're horny? Jiang Kai was speechless at his idiot friend's thought. I feel like punching you. At the same time, at Demon Planet Login Base number 18 in Jiangzhou City, Holy Miracle Nation on Earth. In the data research room, a man was attentively watching the explorer's devices and marveling. Wristwatches nowadays are miraculous. They can pinpoint an explorer's exact location on the demon planet. A young woman appeared and said, "That's obvious. I heard most watches sold on the market can detect various user data, and the higher-end models have even more diverse functions. Professor Lee, what's the situation with the rookies now? How is my sister doing?" The girl was Su Lam, the officer in charge of rookie trials. Professor Lee replied, "According to the newbie trial watch positioning, many people have been eliminated. Your sister Su Nuan appears to have formed a team with 2 others, from my checks." Hearing that, Su Lam gasped. What? Her face showed extreme worry. That timid girl formed a team? I told her repeatedly that newcomers shouldn't group up, because in the newbie trial, the more people gather, the more likely they are to attract monsters. 3 minutes later, Professor Lee confirmed, yes, in fact, 2 human-faced beasts have appeared next to Su Nuan. Su Lam grew even more anxious. This is terrible. 1 human-faced beast can slaughter a rookie, and there are 2. Nuan hardly has any chance of survival. She recalled earlier incidents. Death on the demon planet is equivalent to a character being erased in a game, causing no physical harm to the Earth's body. But a vividly realistic death experience on the demon planet can inflict massive psychological shock. In the lab, some people indeed suffered mental breakdowns from such shocks. I watched that monster gnaw at me bit by bit. Monster, run away. Thinking of that scene, Su Lam resolutely turned to leave. I'll fetch Nuan out for psychological counseling right away. Professor Lee hurriedly called after her. Wait, Nuan doesn't seem to be dead.
Su Lam imediately froze.
What? Professor Lee stammered. Moreover, those 2 human-faced beasts appear to have been killed by them. Su Lam and the other researchers turned back to the screens in astonishment, unable to believe their eyes. How is that possible? Rewind 3 minutes earlier. Shouts with high-pitched tones echoed through the forest as the horde of monsters appeared. Yuanju ran, crying and calling for his mother. Oh mom! What the hell is that? Nuan also fled with all her strength beside him. That looks like a human-faced beast. Run! Jiang Kai ran ahead, anxiously turning to look at his 2 teammates. Not good. Zhu and Nuan's agility isn't as high as mine. They'll definitely be caught. He braked sharply, then urged the 2 of them. Yuanju, you 2 go ahead. Yuanju looked at him worriedly and shouted, Kai! Jiang Kai gripped his weapon and shouted, Go! I'll stay behind by myself. He calculated inwardly. If we keep getting chased like this, all 3 of us will die. I have to stay and see if I can solo kill that human-faced beast. With that, he leapt up and drove his weapon straight into the monster's head. A proud look crossed Jiang Kai's face. Got it. But a moment later, the human-faced beast swung its arm hard, sending him flying backward. Jiang Kai thought to himself, this is bad. This monster's life force seems very high. I still can't kill it with a single finishing blow. Then the other human-faced beasts charged toward Jiang Kai in a group. He gritted his teeth. Damn it! About to be killed? Is my newbie trial over here? Nuan burst into tears seeing Jiang Kai battered. Zhu Kai is in danger. Let's go back and save him. Yuan-ju clenched his fists, trembling, hesitating to speak. Earlier on Earth, in a residential area of Jiangzhou City, a woman said, "Ah, are you the benefactor who gave Zhu the material to transfer into martial adept? I don't know why you value our son so much. He looks big and protective, but he's actually very timid. If he goes to the demon planet and meets monsters, he surely won't have the courage to fight." The other party replied, "That's right, Mrs. Yuan. When your son faces danger, he's far more frightened than normal people. But I've noticed that even when he's terrified to the extreme, if he sees someone in need, he will never run away because of fear." Back in the present, Yuan-ju shouted with a voice that shook the sky, "Get out!" He shot forward like a lightning bolt and rammed the belly of a human-faced beast, catching it off guard. Yuan-ju trembled as he stood between Jiang Kai and the monsters, panting, "Kai, you left me out there to protect because I'm cowardly, didn't you?" Jiang Kai looked at his friend Yuan-ju in surprise. Yuan-ju continued resolutely, "We're brothers. If we die together." Jiang Kai's expression went stunned after hearing that honorable line. Yuan-ju charged at the monsters, shouting to him, "If you want to die, then die with me." Then he landed a thunderous punch on the beast, causing an earth-shattering explosion that knocked the monster flat. Jiang Kai thought in surprise, Yuan-ju can fell a human-faced beast with a single strike. Although it deals very little damage, is this the crowd control power of the martial adept profession? Suddenly, a gentle green light appeared around him. Nuan came closer, healing him while encouraging, "Kai, hold on." Jiang Kai exclaimed in surprise, "Sun-Wan, why are you back? You're not a combat profession." Nuan said firmly to him, "No, I'm not leaving. A doctor faced with injured patients cannot abandon them no matter how scared they are." She recalled a painful memory. That year my father, while fighting the beast tide, lacked medical support and fought terribly hard before dying heroically. Now my teammates need support. How could I heartlessly abandon everyone and run away? Thanks to Nuan's timely healing, Jiang Kai quickly felt that his wounds had completely healed. After recovering, he regained his confidence, gripped his weapon firmly, and stood up. "You people really are oblivious to danger. No fear of guns, no fear of death." A flicker of anxiety remained inside him. But now, even if the three of them combined their efforts, the damage might still not be enough to finish off this human-faced beast. Suddenly, Jiang Kai remembered what Nuan had said earlier. "Or if we encounter a venomous snake like this, I can extract its venom for you, which will significantly increase a weapon's attack power." He turned and pressed the question, "Nuan, you said before you could extract snake venom, right?" Nuan nodded and answered, "Yes." Receiving the sure answer, he immediately tossed her the dead snake and said, "Can you heal Zhu while also coating my weapon with the venom?" Although Nuan wasn't certain she could do it, she obeyed him. "I don't know, but I'll try my best." Jiang Kai looked at his weapon being stained a dark purple with venom and thought, "This is the only way. If I'm not mistaken, this tactic might bring us victory. I can't withstand the human-faced beast's relentless attacks, but Zhu, with his thick skin and solid build, can. Although my strikes aren't strong enough to kill the human-faced beast, Nuan is a healer and can add damage with toxin." Looking at it this way, the three of us are clearly a textbook combat team in the game. A tank, a healer, and the main damage dealer. Very quickly, Nuan announced the good news: venom extraction complete. Jiang Kai snatched up his weapon and charged forward bravely. "So what if newcomers are weak?" He hurriedly ordered Yuan-ju. "Zhu, pin down one human-faced beast for me." He thought to himself, "As long as the three of us form a team and each performs our role well, then even if we encounter human-faced beasts that specialize in hunting rookies, we can still put up a fair fight." Jiang Kai drove the venom-coated spear hard into the human-faced beast and shouted in rage, "Die!" Their efforts were rewarded. In the end, Jiang Kai was able to kill that ferocious human-faced beast. A notification appeared before his eyes. Killed a level 2 human-faced beast. Current experience: 5 out of 100. After reading the notification, Jiang Kai's mouth curled into a confident smile. Yuan-ju cried out joyfully, Success! Nuan Nuan behind them also had tears in her eyes as she smiled and said they had done it. The remaining human-faced beast, seeing its companion defeated, flew into a rage and turned to roar in anger. Jiang Kai brimmed with confidence, thinking, our team coordination is truly effective. Now, even if one more appears, we can defeat it perfectly. The three of them coordinated smoothly and quickly took down that other human-faced beast. Su Lam Lam watched the screen and exclaimed in astonishment, what? The wristwatch data showed that they had indeed killed 2 human-faced beasts. But even one human-faced beast alone can slaughter an entire rookie group. How on earth did those 3 do it? Professor Lee spoke up to analyze. Indeed, according to the watch data, Nuan Nuan currently has no combat capability. There is a level 1 martial adept in her team, but his damage is very weak. Therefore, the one who killed the monsters can only be the team member named Jiang Kai. But the strange thing is that his profession cannot be queried right now.
Su Lam Lam Webtoon.
Can't query his profession? She couldn't help but wonder, how can that be? He can kill 2 human-faced beasts, yet his profession can't be checked. What kind of divine rookie is this guy? At that moment, on Jiang Kai's side, the system announced, player Jiang Kai collected 2 human-faced beast corpses. Dusk gradually fell. The 3 of them collapsed to the ground from exhaustion. Nuan Nuan sighed in relief. Phew, we did it. We did it. Yuanju laughed with delight. I didn't expect Senior Kai to stay so calm and adapt like that. So cool. Nuan Nuan sat up excitedly and said, now that we have the strength to face the human-faced beasts, we can safely reach the trial endpoint. Yuanju nodded in agreement. Yeah, we can go straight to the end and finish the trial. Jiang Kai told them, no rush. There's still plenty of time to reach the Sanctum of Miracles endpoint, so we don't need to hurry off. Hearing this, both Yuanju and Nuan Nuan looked puzzled, not understanding Jiang Kai's meaning. Jiang Kai explained, don't forget you'll earn points for passing the trial. If we can make the top 3 on the leaderboard, the army will reward equipment. Upon hearing that, the 2 of them immediately listened attentively. I heard the army's reward equipment is usually very good and greatly helps rookies' development on the demon planet. Now we have enough strength to kill monsters, and killing monsters grants points. The more points, the better the chance to climb the rankings. So why don't we hunt monsters to grind points, then claim the army's rewards? After he explained, the 2 quickly understood his plan. A few hours later, it was night. Yuanju tapped a stick against a tree and asked Jiang Kai, Kai, can this method really earn points? I'm not afraid or anything, but you had me attract so many green 6 serpents like that. The more he thought about it, the more anxious he became. What if I die, flat out dead? Jiang Kai encouraged him. Zhu, be bold. You're a martial adept. The trait of this class is thick skin and strong body. You can hit and take hits. Besides, Nuan Nuan is right here to heal us at any time. It's not so easy to die. With that, he jumped down from the tree and swiftly wiped out the green 6 serpents that Yuanju had lured over. Killed 3 level 1 green 6 serpents. Current experience, 10 out of 100. Jiang Kai knew the demon planet rule that only the player who delivers the killing blow receives experience. Since only he could currently kill monsters, they decided to let him take all the experience first. More and more snakes appeared. They swarmed toward Jiang Kai. He acted decisively and wiped them out in the blink of an eye. All right, let me level up first. We need to strengthen our power to ensure the team's safety. Time passed quickly. A day later, the system announced, congratulations to Explorer Jiang Kai. Experience reached 100 out of 100. Level up to level 2. Double effect activated. After leveling up, attribute points are doubled. He looked at the notification and exclaimed, great! After killing green 6 serpents all day, I finally reached level 2. Nuan Nuan cheerfully cried out, Jiang Kai, congrats! You finally leveled up. Yuanju asked in surprise, brother, tell us what your attribute gains are after leveling up? Jiang Kai smiled and replied, leveling up gave me an extra 20 attribute points. Total level 2 attributes are now 56 points. That's acceptable for now. The 2 of them were so astonished by his words that their mouths hung open. What? How many? After reviewing their attributes, the two could only scream internally. Oh my god! I know leveling increases strength, constitution, agility, and spirit, but normal people only get plus 10 attribute points per level. You got as many as plus 20. Nuan was dizzy with astonishment. Moreover, your total level 2 attributes are already 56. That number seems comparable to a level 4. That's terrifyingly strong. Jiang Kai told them, it's nothing major, just a profession trait. My profession can double level up rewards, quest rewards, and other bonuses. But penalties will be doubled too. Keep this secret for me, okay? Nuan clapped in praise. I don't fully understand, but this profession seems very powerful. Yuan Zhu blurted out, holy crap! How is it even cooler than my martial adept profession? Just then, the system displayed a new notification before Jiang Kai. Players who reach level 2 receive 1 profession skill. But because the gambler's doubling talent is active, you will receive 2 skills. Jiang Kai was both surprised and extremely happy. The skill granted at level 2 can be doubled too, so now I actually have 2 profession skills. Yuan Zhu grew even more astonished. Whoa! Your skills can be doubled too? Nuan exclaimed. So powerful, the system confirmed to Jiang Kai. Indeed, the first profession skill is Demon Hand Flying Cards, and the second profession skill is Demon Eye Focus. Jiang Kai examined the 2 new skills and thought, both are ranged skills? Although he didn't yet understand how to use them, at a glance gambler seemed like a profession that suited him well. After checking, he led the 2 on their way. Alright, I'm stronger now. We can go grind experience from higher level monsters. Yuan Zhu clicked his tongue. TSK. That brat's showing off again. 2 days later, Professor Li said to Lam, Officer 2, 2 more days have passed. I didn't expect your sister to still be alive. Lam looked quite surprised. Really? She smiled faintly. A team full of rookies surviving this long. Looks like that Jiang Kai has some real ability. Suddenly a soldier ran in to report. Comrades in charge of the rookie area, attention. The rookie trial is about to face danger. Please switch to alert status immediately. Everyone present in the room turned in shock when they heard the emergency announcement. Another voice sounded right after. We detected Nuolo overhead. This time they've sent infiltrators into our rookie area again, and it's a rare large-scale incursion. Everyone must quickly prepare response plans. The speaker was the highest-ranking commander of the central region, Jiang Zhongwei-ing. Lam asked in horror. People from Nuolo are invading on a large scale? Is that true? Old Commander Wei-ing sighed and replied, if it were false, I wouldn't have come here in person. Lam's expression grew even more worried. It's a disaster. The infiltrators from Nuolo are a pack of beasts who specialize in killing other countries' rookies, preventing those nations' special professions from developing. Because the rookie trial rules on the demon planet forbid high-level players from entering the rookie trial area to assist newcomers. Rookies must rely on themselves to pass the trial. But the specialized infiltrators from Nuolo are different. They can use the profession traits of their infiltrators to enter other nations' rookie areas, leaving those nations with no way to resist. Moreover, they employ cruel methods to hunt and slaughter people from other countries, giving them terrifyingly deadly experiences. Their sinister purpose is to terrorize rookies with brutal abuse, so they'll refuse to log into the demon planet, thereby significantly suppressing new players from other nations. She clenched her fists in anger and slammed them onto the table. Damn them! She was extremely worried for her sister. With Nuan's poor endurance, what could she do if she ran into those beasts? Wei-ing told her, prepare good psychological counseling for newcomers. Their large-scale incursion is happening for Real. For this rookie trial, we must be mentally prepared that no one may return alive. Back with the trio, they continued to press deeper into the forest. Jiang Kai suddenly startled and whipped his head around. Careful, over there. Yuan Zhu looked at him puzzled. What's wrong? Jiang Kai immediately raised his weapon, alert. Something seems to be coming from over there. Yuan Zhu regarded him with a baffled look. Kai, what are you doing? We just passed that way. Nuan also stared in confusion. There was clearly nothing in front of them. It turned out Jiang Kai had activated Demon Eye Focus and detected something unusual. He told his two companions, "No, there's something further out." After saying that, he decisively hurled the weapon in his hand toward the direction he'd just detected. The weapon Jiang Kai threw sliced through the air, cutting across the dense forest, and lodged straight into a target far off. He quickly urged the two, "Right, go over there and take a look." Seeing his strange action, Yuan Zhu became worried. Clearly nothing was visible to the naked eye. Could it actually hit? Or was Kai losing it? When they arrived, the system immediately announced, "Explorer Jiang Kai has killed a level 2 wild boar pack beast. Current experience value 199/200. Yuan Zhu exclaimed in astonishment. "By the heavens, Kai! Do you have an eagle's eye? That wild boar was miles away and you still saw it." Yuan couldn't help but marvel. "And you could kill a level 2 boar?" Jiang Kai calmly replied as he pulled his weapon from the boar's body. "There's nothing to be amazed about. It's all thanks to my new skills." The system now prompted him, "Do you want to collect the wild boar pack beast corpse? Wild boar pack beasts can be used as weapon crafting materials." Jiang Kai immediately chose to accept and pondered silently. Currently, the profession skill Demon Hand Flying cards has greatly increased his range damage, while Demon Eye Focus acts like doubling a telescope sight with a special slowing effect, making his long-range attacks increasingly accurate. That also means he can now strike from long distances to assassinate lower-level enemies who haven't detected him. Then he turned to his two teammates and said, "All right, I'm just a bit short of experience to reach level 3. Let's go back to where we were killing monsters." Yuan nodded in agreement. Yuan Zhu's face fell. He said dejectedly, "Ugh, I'm still stuck at level 1. At that moment, at the gate to the trial area, a shadow appeared and a smug voice rang out, "Ha ha, Captain. Our Team 2's luck isn't bad. Huh." It seemed those people had been secretly stalking Jiang Kai's group. The voice continued hungrily, "I didn't expect to find such a tasty breakfast right after arriving." Those people quickly revealed themselves, wearing sinister smiles. "So now we have some new toys." Jiang Kai saw them appear, stepped in front of his two friends, and shouted warily, "Who are you people?" The leader drew a sharp sword, sneered at the three of them, and said, "Don't be afraid, little one. We're not bad people. We just want to rip your chests open, hang you upside down and dry you out in the wind, or use you as bait for some savage beasts so you can slowly enjoy your deaths." Then another man appeared and continued, "In short, this time there's only one objective." That man was the captain of Team 2 among the infiltrators. He announced plainly, "It's to make sure your newcomers from St. Miracle can't pass the trial." Yuan quickly recognized their background and cried out, "Kai, these people, I know them. It seems they're the cross-border group that hunts and kills newcomers." Both Yuan Zhu and Jiang Kai were shocked and turned to look at her. "What?" Yuan raised her watch and continued, "I can also check their ranks. They're all level 3 or above, and the highest among them has even reached level 5. Sure enough, the higher the rank, the more overwhelming the aura they emit." Jiang Kai gritted his teeth and calculated, "So many people. And there's even a level 5 explorer? With my current total attributes, I can contend with level 4. Against level 5. Unless The captain gave a cold order. "Brothers, let's start dividing the spoils, shall we?" Jiang Kai thought to himself, "Damn it. In this situation, that's all we can do." He charged forward while urgently signaling the two. "Yuan Zhu and Yuan, you two pair up. We'll split up for now." Though puzzled, the two quickly replied, "What?" "Understood." The arrogant captain watched their retreating backs and sneered, "Oh my. Sharing blessings and bearing disasters together. Huh? Are St. Miracle's people all like this? Two of you go kill the lone fleeing one. Leave the other two to be slowly tortured by our large force." The men immediately dashed after Jiang Kai in close pursuit. They chased while chuckling smugly. "Haha, that brat runs fast. But he'll be caught soon enough." Suddenly, Jiang Kai's figure vanished without a trace. Right before their eyes, the two pursuers slammed on the brakes and looked around in bewilderment. Then they burst into delighted laughter. "Exciting, kid. You want to play hide and seek with us? When we find you, the first thing we'll do is break both your legs. Suddenly, Jiang Kai's weapon shot forward like a whirlwind from somewhere. But that man easily blocked it and sneered, "Ah, this brat wants to resist? The attacks of new soldiers like you aren't worth my notice." Yet the next instant, a terrifying force struck, sending him flying backward. The other man froze, eyes wide, staring at the incredible sight. By some miraculous power, that accomplice had been hurled dozens of meters away. His comrades began to panic. "Hey, why did you fly off like that? What's going on?" When they realized the man had been turned into a skewer of meat, one of them screamed in horror. "Is he dead? How could this happen?" At that moment, Jiang Kai slowly appeared behind him and leisurely said, "Ka, one strike, one life. Is this a fake show of toughness? Looks like you're not as strong as I imagined, huh?" The man, seeing how strong he was, hurriedly opened his system to check. "You're a newcomer of Saint Miracle? How could you possibly kill that level 3 guy?" On the system, Jiang Kai's information quickly appeared before him, accompanied by a blazing red warning. After reading it, he trembled and stammered at him. "What? I'm level 3 with only 45 attribute points. This rookie soldier has a total of 90 attribute points. How can that be possible?" Jiang Kai lunged to attack and replied coldly, "Why can't it be?" In the blink of an eye, another man fell lifeless under Jiang Kai's ruthless hand. He thought with glee, "It worked. My total attributes are equivalent to level 4, so I can easily wipe out level 3 foes. My earlier retreat was a tactic to split their strength so I could pick them off one by one. Now I'm only a bit short of level 3. Also, from prior knowledge on Earth, if I kill an explorer I can seize their experience." At that moment the system displayed a confirmation. "You have successfully killed an explorer. You may seize the slain one's watch. Furthermore, before the explorer's body disappears, confirm whether to seize the killed explorer's experience. 2 level 3 explorers, each worth 100 experience points. Whatever you take, the others will lose double that amount." Jiang Kai grew even more excited at the news. Indeed, experience could be stolen. Moreover, killing explorers yields far more experience than killing monsters. He decisively instructed the system, "Then I'll take only 100 points from each." The system confirmed and announced, "Congratulations, you have reached level 3. Jiang Kai looked at the system display with satisfaction. Finally reached level 3. He stepped to the 2 bodies, retrieved their weapons, and calculated inwardly, "My total attributes are now 76 points. While a normal level 5 only has around 60 points. Then he snatched the watches from the 2 and quickly left the scene. Filled with confidence, he thought, "Now I'm strong enough to return and rescue the truss." Meanwhile, the situation for Yuanju and Nuanwan was not looking good. One of the enemy group mocked the 2. A martial adept and a nurse. Ha! Didn't expect to find 2 top-tier saint professions. All such juicy professions. Take your time torturing them into pulp. Nuan treated Yuanju's wounds while crying with worry. True Z, Kai was chased by 2 assassins. Is it possible he won't come back? Yuanju tried to reassure her. He will. Normally he's lecherous, but he's very reliable in battle. If his friends or family are in danger, then no matter how desperate the situation, he will definitely show up. No sooner had he finished than Jiang Kai indeed returned. His momentum was even more ferocious than before. Before the 2 could recover, Jiang Kai's weapon had already been launched straight at the others' heads. Nuan exclaimed in surprise, "This sudden attack!" Yuanju smiled smugly. "I knew he'd come back." The captain startled and shouted, "Who? Where are you? Was it the one who sneaked away earlier? If you've got the guts, come out and face me." He looked around tensely, highly alert. He trembled, thinking to himself, "I see nothing. I have no idea where he is. Could Saint Miracle have a new profession for rookies who just entered?" Thinking that, he fearfully turned and fled. "Run, we must run now." Nuan watched the direction he fled and asked, "The captain's bolted." Unfortunately for him, today was a bad day to hunt. Jiang Kai obviously wouldn't let him go and chased close behind. "You mess with my brother and try to run? Stay alive for me." He hurled his weapon at the man while shouting, "Get down!" In the blink of an eye, Another enormous skewer of meat appeared. The rest were quickly taken down as well, all sprawled out on the ground. Jiang Kai turned back to check on his teammates. Those bandits are dealt with. Nuan, are you okay? Nuan burst into tears of relief when she saw him return. You're finally back. She rushed over, sobbing as she told Jiang Kai. But True Z, he's seriously wounded. I can't treat him anymore. Yuan Zhu, using the last of his fading strength, weakly said, Kai, I knew you'd come back somehow. But this time I might not see you again. I'm going ahead. No sooner had he finished than Yuan Zhu collapsed. Before passing out completely, Yuan Zhu gasped out a final farewell. Kai, Nuan, adventuring with you two was my happiest memory. From now on you two have to carry my share. You must strive to pass the trial. Nuan cried out in anguish. True Z, unexpectedly, Jiang Kai wasn't moved. He grabbed an enemy and hurled him onto Yuan Zhu, shouting, True Z, what are you mumbling about? Yuan Zhu, receiving the blow, sprang up and yelled, Ouch! Damn it! Jiang Kai explained. I deliberately drew 6 of them away and only injured them. You two finish them off to gain experience and level up. That way your injuries will be fully healed. Nuan suddenly understood. Really? On the demon planet you can gain experience and level up by killing explorers. Yuan Zhu was stunned as if hit from above. Huh? There's such a thing. So earlier I was tricked? Jiang Kai was speechless. Just found out now. He beamed at them and said, Weren't they torturing you earlier? Then now we return the favor. You can even scratch them with your left hand if you want. Show them what heavenly Tao reincarnation is. After being enlightened, Yuan Zhu looked at the enemy before him with delighted malice. Hehe Kai, this won't be very pleasant for him. The 3 closed in. The man forced a strained smile. Not pleasant. Jiang Kai crooked his mouth. In Saint Miracle this is called returning a favor. It's a fine tradition we must uphold. Yuan Zhu immediately nodded. All right. Such a fine tradition I must take very seriously. The poor man screamed helplessly. Hey, you demons, don't come any closer. At that moment, at the Data Research Institute of the Accumulator Authority, a series of urgent alerts flashed across the screens. Exclamations of shock rang out non-stop. Oh my God! This is terrifying. So scary. Just now, someone from Saint Miracle wiped us all out. Oh! He was brutal to us. My experience points were stolen and my level dropped. The senior leader of Li Nation couldn't believe his eyes. What's happening? How did you all end up like this? Could Saint Miracle have produced a new profession that can counter the accumulators? At the same time, in Saint Miracle, Professor Li looked up at the screen and said worriedly, This isn't good. The evaluation data from Nuan's watch just came in. Nuan's squad definitely encountered the accumulators. Lam cried out anxiously. What? Is Nuan okay? Wei Ying remained calm. So far no newcomer has ever escaped the accumulators. Prepare yourself for their deaths. Professor Li hesitated. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, according to the displayed data, Nuan's team did encounter the accumulators but didn't die. Moreover, they even leveled up. Both Wei Ying and Lam widened their eyes in surprise. What? Wei Ying gave a cold laugh. Huh? How is that possible? They fought them and didn't die, and even leveled up? Could those people have helped her kill monsters?
Professor Li replia. No.
If Nuan leveled up 1 tier, I'd reluctantly accept it as her killing monsters. But the data shows she rose 2 tiers. People may not realize this, but there's only one possibility. Nuan's team defeated those accumulators. Clang. The cup in Wei Ying's hand suddenly fell to the ground. Lam looked at him in puzzlement. Commander, Wei Ying immediately ordered his subordinates urgently. Quick! Show me Nuan team's data immediately. Wei Ying was extremely surprised when he saw the information on the 3 in the system. He speculated, they really reached level 3? Unless they killed the accumulators, there's no way to rise 2 tiers in such a short time. Lam said to him, This is impossible. Nguyen's profession can't fight. A martial adept's early damage isn't high either. Could it be that Jiang Kai defeated all those accumulators? That's beyond imagination. Wei Ying burst out laughing. Ah! I'm certain it was Jiang Kai. But why is his profession unidentified? What is going on? Professor Li spoke up. I found some information about Jiang Kai. The reason we can't identify him is that every explorer to the demon planet must carry a watch to update data. But Jiang Kai uses the first-generation watch from Luo Shi. The servers for that model stopped being maintained over 10 years ago, making network connection extremely difficult, so we couldn't retrieve his information. Lam gaped. What? In this day and age someone is still using that ancient watch. Wei Ying showed keen interest. Alright, this is intriguing. He ordered his subordinates. Bring me the full file on Jiang Kai. I want to see what kind of figure that kid is. Back with Jiang Kai's group, after leveling up, Yuan Zhu exclaimed, That's epic. I actually leveled up and fully recovered. Nguyen was equally surprised. I can't believe I benefited too. Yuan Zhu excitedly said. Also I unlocked the job skill Earth Stomp Tremor. Now I can knock back surrounding enemies. Bwetiop. Nguyen happily added. I activated the doctor's heart skill. My healing is stronger now. Jiang Kai nodded with satisfaction. No wonder the warrior and doctor job skills are so practical. Yuan Zhu boasted confidently. Kai, look, I'm a level above you now. I can teach a boundary crosser like you a lesson. Jiang Kai calmly opened his system and retorted. Dream on, babe. You think level 3 can beat a boundary crosser? I'm level 4 now. Look at my attributes. Yuan Zhu stared at the system info, eyes wide in shock. He tore at his hair and yelled, Holy shit! When did you level 4, kid? Weren't you level 2 just now? Nguyen looked at Jiang Kai with admiration. And your total attributes are 96, equivalent to a level 8 explorer. Jiang Kai explained. When I fled earlier I handled a boundary crosser and rose to level 3. Coming back here I cleaned up 5 more, so I leveled to 4. Yuan Zhu was so angry he could cry. Damn it! How are you even flashier than me? I'm so jealous. Putting ranks aside, Nguyen moved closer and asked Jiang Kai, Kai, what do we do next? Jiang Kai replied thoughtfully, Earlier I heard that Captain say they were the second boundary crossing team, so next we'll hunt Team 1. Both of them jumped at the bold suggestion. Half a day later, somewhere in the novice forest, a burst of laughter rang out. Ah! This is hilarious. A group from boundary crossing Team 1 kept mocking. Team 2 got wiped by amateurs. Not even worth dreaming about. Seriously, they might as well retire to the countryside. The captain of Team 1 stood up to warn. Don't be complacent. If superiors mention this, we should stay cautious. But they paid no heed and patted their chests confidently. Cautious about what? The highest novice zone is only level 5, and our whole team is level 5. Here we kill gods when we meet gods. Kill Buddhas when we meet Buddhas. Spot on. In another corner, Yuan Zhu worriedly asked, Kai, you're sure you want to take on 9 level 5 boundary crossers? Nguyen hesitated. Or should we withdraw? Jiang Kai reassured his teammates. Don't be afraid. With my current attributes, even if I can't defeat them outright, I can cover your retreat. Besides, if we don't eliminate them, they'll brutalize our nation's newcomers. So rather than sit back and defend, it's better to strike preemptively. He tightened his weapon and dashed out of hiding. The captain quickly noticed Jiang Kai's presence and immediately warned his team, Watch out! Someone's here, they sneered. Ha, found him. Just a level 4 rookie. Level 4 surviving here is already impressive. No idea how he leveled up. Might be the one who handled Team 2. The captain smirked with pride. Not bad. This is quite a find. He immediately ordered the team. Hold formation and pursue cautiously. Capturing him will be a great achievement. Seeing them chase him, Jiang Kai felt a twinge of worry. This is bad. Boundary crossers know how to keep combat formation. He recalled the original plan. He'd bait them, then wait for Yuan Zhu to find an opening to use Earth Stomp Tremor to knock them all up. I'll seize the gap when they're airborne to send them to the scoreboard. But the enemy formation was too long. What if Yuanju can't knock everyone up in one hit? If even a few boundary crossers remain, they might escape. Nonetheless, even if that happened, they'd prepared contingency plans. It's just that to annihilate the entire boundary crossing team, I might have to risk everything to bait them. Thinking it through, he halted briefly, then turned and charged straight at the group. They wondered why he suddenly turned around, yet unaware of the looming danger, they mocked Zhang Kai. Ha ha! Where do you think you're running to? Kid, are your legs so weak you can't run anymore? One of them shouted and leapt to attack him. Snap out of it, rookie. Zhang Kai deliberately failed to dodge, letting the weapon graze his shoulder and cause a light wound. He thought to himself, not yet, still not close enough. Seeing him run headlong again, the attacker turned to chase. Ah, still running, are you? Zhang Kai anxiously glanced at the others ahead. Good. They've clustered together. He observed them and calculated silently. Still not the distance I need. Under the continuous assault, Zhang Kai still easily dodged every slash and thrust from those people. He glided like a ghost, making them unable to hit him. The captain, seeing they couldn't finish Zhang Kai off, began to grow anxious. What the hell are you doing? He was astonished to see Zhang Kai dodge as if taking a stroll. We're level 5. How can a level 4 brat like you avoid that hail of attacks? Suddenly a subordinate spoke up. Captain, something's off. At first it was too rushed to scan his stats, but I've just rechecked with a high-grade analyzer. I found that although his total attributes are hidden, his agility value is revealed. It's almost around 30 points. The captain gaped in horror. What? 30 agility points? Another man immediately retorted. Are you seeing things? My agility isn't even 20. If he's that much higher than me, how could I block his strikes? The captain thought seriously.
No.
The measuring device rarely errs. If that brat is really that agile, then isn't he pretending to be chased by us? Realizing Zhang Kai's trick, he shouted, We're screwed. We've fallen for it. Spread out immediately. The subordinates all startled and cried out, What?
Yankee snorted lichtly.
A bunch of idiots finally woke up. But now I've herded your formation into one mass. It's too late to run now. No sooner had he finished than Yuanju appeared from nowhere, executing the earth grasp spear stomp and charging into the crowd. The terrifying force sent those people flying in all directions. Zhang Kai drew his weapon and smiled coldly. Well done, Zhu. Leave the rest to me. He slid a blade through the crowd. All of them had to log out under his sword, including the captain. After cleaning up, he breathed a sigh of relief. Phew, a clean sweep. Yuanju watched with wide, horrified eyes. Good heavens. 9 level 5s all taken out. Kai, you really are a monster. After the slaughter, the system notified that Zhang Kai had reached the highest level in the novice zone, level 5. He looked at his achievement with satisfaction. Finally, level 5. Killing a higher level adventurer grants double experience. 1 level 5 yielding 400 experience points? Nuan gazed at him with admiration. Kai, you're level 5 now. I heard level 5 is the cap in Novice Village. Yuanju exclaimed in shock. Holy crap, you're the server boss now. Zhang Kai replied modestly. It's nothing. Adventurers kill each other and steal lots of experience. He reminded them, I left 4 half-dead ones. Go finish them off and soak up the experience. Nuan happily nodded. Okay. Yuanju asked, Kai, what's next? Zhang Kai answered, Earlier I farmed monsters to raise my combat power. Now I'm ready. I'll lead you to grind points. Once you have enough, we'll reach the goal together. Hearing this, the two grew more excited. Agreed. Ha ha ha. Finally, it's our turn to beat up monsters. Zhang Kai led the way and warned, Everyone, pay attention. This area is near the finish, so we should be able to earn more accumulation points. But the closer we get to the finish, the scarier the monsters become. Even a novice zone boss can appear. We must be extremely careful. They hadn't gone far when a terrifying growl suddenly echoed from ahead. What met their eyes was the corpses of the human-faced beasts strewn all over the ground. Nuan was a little frightened. They're the bodies of human-faced beasts. Yuanju glanced over and noticed something odd. Their bodies are covered in bite marks. Were they bitten to death by something? Jiang Kai quietly activated Demon Eye Focus to survey the surroundings. From a distance, he saw a glint of golden light here. It seemed a golden creature had bitten these two human-faced beasts to death. Nuan was surprised. A golden-colored creature? Yuanzhu wondered. What kind of creature is powerful enough to kill two human-faced beasts? Won't that thing target us? Before he finished speaking, the creature Jiang Kai mentioned shot toward the two of them at extreme speed. It lunged at Nuan, making her scream in terror. Ah! What the hell is that? Then it whipped around and attacked Yuanzhu. He parried and shouted, "Golden colored! It's a golden creature. It's really targeting us." After harassing the two of them, the creature switched its target to Jiang Kai.
Yuan Kai, Ka Pheo.
That thing hits hard. It bites people. Be careful or you'll get chewed up. Contrary to his teammates' panic, Jiang Kai remained calm facing the creature. Yuanzhu and Nuan's eyes suddenly went blank, stunned. It turned out Jiang Kai had already captured the supposedly fearsome creature. It was only a tiny golden mouse glaring at the fool who dared to grab it. Yuanzhu was astonished. What? That fast? And Kai caught it barehanded. Jiang Kai looked at the golden mouse in his hand and said casually, "You think it's that fast? It's just a chubby little mouse." The mouse, offended by being called fat, thrashed wildly and squeaked, "Chit chit chit chit. You bastard, who are you calling slow and fat? You only caught me because I slipped up." Jiang Kai laughed at its stubbornness. "Ha! This mouse is still not convinced. Fine, I'll let you go and see." With that, he released the mouse to give it a taste of free fall. This time the mouse was truly provoked. "How dare you underestimate me?" It summoned all its strength and shot at Jiang Kai, intending to teach him a lesson. Yuanzhu anxiously shouted again, "Kai, why did you let it go? It was the thing that bit those two human-faced beasts to death." But Jiang Kai remained unperturbed and calmly reached out to catch the small mouse for a second time. He released it and sneered, "It's fine. To me, its speed is still slow." The mouse, unwilling to concede, attacked him dozens more times. But the result didn't change. Jiang Kai still caught it easily each time. This must be infuriating the mouse to death. Yuanzhu stared blankly at his sworn friend. "Huh? Kai's hands that fast?" Nuan couldn't help exclaiming, "So skilled." After a few minutes of playing cat and mouse, the little mouse finally surrendered. Jiang Kai laughed when it raised a paw in surrender. "Ha! This mouse is subdued by me. Behave and lie still. Don't run anymore." Yuanzhu exclaimed in amazement, "Unbelievable! Kai, did you catch that tiny thing purely with hand speed?" Jiang Kai glanced at the corpses of the human-faced beasts and said, "I wonder if this mouse can be tamed to boost our combat power. But even just picking up the bodies of these two human-faced beasts is a nice haul." Then he turned to his two teammates and said, Nuan, you two are only a little experience away from reaching level 4. Each of you take one corpse and then look for more monsters to clear. Try to get to level 5 before the trial ends. Nuan nodded in agreement. "Okay. The little mouse is so cute." Yuanzhu wasn't pleased. Inwardly he thought, "Damn, compared to Kai, a martial adept like me is nothing." Somewhere in the forest, a loud burst of laughter suddenly rang out. "Ah, Wireyar. Finally arrived. After such a long walk, we've finally reached the end of the novice zone." The man who had appeared stopped right in front of the gate to St. Miracle City. Then he strolled leisurely into St. Miracle City. At the same time, the great gate slowly began to open. The leader of a group of soldiers, the novice guide Ha Dao, stepped forward and spoke first. "Newcomer, congratulations on passing the trial. We are the novice guides. Welcome to officially becoming an adventurer of the demon planet." Ha Dao stepped up and told him, "Unfortunately, someone has already claimed first place before you. However, rankings aren't everything. For a newcomer to pass the trial is already impressive." Suddenly the man shoved his hand away, speaking with annoyance. Chief official. I'm certainly not the first to set foot here, so on what basis do you think I'm not the top rank?" As he finished, he showed Ha Dao the pile of spoils he'd collected. Ha Dao's group was stunned at the number of monsters he had. "What? The rankings are based on accumulated points. With so many monster corpses, you can exchange them for a lot of points. A newcomer like you defeated so many monsters? He took off his hat and laughed confidently.
Ah, spareme de praise.
I am the second young master of the Huang family, the future senior leader of the Xuanwu Guild. Before I came to the demon planet, I received special training. It turned out he was Huang Wei, the Huang family's second young master. Hadao was so shocked his mouth fell open. What? The Huang family owns the renowned Xuanwu Guild. The Xuanwu Guild is one of the 10 major guilds. Coming from such a prominent clan made this unsurprising. He composed himself and said to Huang Wei, "Then congratulations. Judging by the points, you not only topped this trial but might even break into St. Miracle's top 10. Huang Wei grew even more smug, his face lifting arrogantly. Good. Today I, Huang Wei, declare this. Taking first in the trial is only the beginning for a newcomer. Next, give me a little time and this demon planet will surely become the era of Huang Wei." Back deeper in the novice trial area, Jiang Kai's group continued to move forward.
Jiang Kai Valkidon, Putsled.
Strange. We've been walking all day. Theoretically, the closer to the end, the more monsters there should be. Why haven't we encountered any? He glanced at the little mouse sleeping soundly in his hat. Could it be the monsters were scared off by that mouse? Nuan immediately defended the mouse. No way. The little mouse looks so adorable. Suddenly a very loud roar thundered from behind, making the three of them jump and spin around. As soon as they saw the creature that had appeared, Jiang Kai's pupils contracted. This is the shadowless wolf. Before the three of them was a pack of extremely ferocious wolves slowly closing in. Behind that pack appeared another wolf of enormous size. It was the boss of the novice zone in St. Miracle Nation, the Shadowless Wolf King. Jiang Kai tensely told his two teammates, "We're in deep trouble. This is the novice zone boss, the Shadowless Wolf King. No wonder we hadn't seen any monsters. We walked straight into this boss's territory. Now we're completely surrounded." Yuanzhu was so scared he could cry, stammering, "Kai, I heard the Wolf King is the strongest creature, never defeated in the novice zone. If you run into it, it's only death. What do we do now?"
Jiang Kai Vorjedli calculated.
"What now? There are too many wolves here. Surrounded like this, I might escape alone, but Truzi and the others can't. Then we'll have to risk our lives." Thinking that, he signaled to the two. "Truzi, Nuan, we can't run. The only way to break the encirclement is to kill the Wolf King. Let's coordinate and take down the Wolf King together." The other two answered in unison. "Okay." Yuanzhu immediately took a stance, ready to attack. "Watch my skill." Jiang Kai quickly dashed at the Shadowless Wolf King to open the battle. From behind, Yuanzhu used Earthstomp Tremor to restrain the wolf pups. Jiang Kai shouted encouragement, "Good control, True Z." Then he shouted to Nuan, "Coat my weapon with green 6 serpent toxin quickly." Finally, it was Jiang Kai's turn to unleash his most powerful move, to strike the Shadowless Wolf King. But unexpectedly, the moment his attack touched it, the blow was deflected in another direction. This only enraged the pack leader more, driving it into an even greater fury. Seeing that, all three stood frozen, filled with terror. What the hell is this? Can we not pierce the Wolf King's defenses? Seeing his opponents helpless, the Wolf King grew more smug and threw back its head, roaring even more violently. The surrounding minions, as if receiving orders, immediately leapt in and attacked the three crazily. That assault left all three seriously injured. Nuan cried out in pain. "This is bad. The Wolf King has ordered an all-out attack." Meanwhile, Yuanzhu was holding a wolf's sharp jaws with his bare hands and asked, "Jiang Kai, coordinated attacks on the Wolf King are useless. Do you have any other plan?" At that moment, he had just subdued a wolf, his other hand still gripping his short blade. "It's hopeless. The Wolf King's defense is too tough. Now the pack is surrounding us. How can we handle this?" Amid the tense melee, the repeated vibrations disturbed the golden mouse's sleep, causing it to begin waking. While the mouse was still dazed and unaware, The ferocious wolves charged at him once more. The mouse quickly whirled its eyes and spotted the culprits who dared disturb its precious slumber. A crackling electric energy began to emanate around its tiny body. The mouse seemed about to go mad. Its anger from being deprived of sleep surged to maximum. This time its speed was like lightning as it shot out to attack each wolf one by one. It even bared its sharp teeth and bit straight into the Wolf King, squeaking loudly, "Chit! Chit! Chit!" One bite pierced through the Wolf King's defenses, making it howl in agonized pain. Witnessing this, he couldn't help exclaiming in shock, "Huh? That mouse actually tore the Wolf King's skin." Seizing the opportunity, he immediately exploited the wound the mouse had caused and activated Demon Eye Focus to search for a lethal weak point. Did this mouse make that wound? After biting, it slid downward, still chittering nonstop. Good. Earlier, the Wolf King's defense was too tough, so the strikes failed. But now its skin is torn. If we aim directly at that wound, the Wolf King's defensive armor will instantly become useless. Acting on instinct, he tightened his short blade in his hand and launched a full-force lunge straight into its wound. This time, the short blade plunged exactly into the vital spot, making the Wolf King roar in unbearable pain. Everything seemed to happen quickly, but in reality, within those few short seconds he had seized the golden opportunity with precision. At that moment, the mouse landed safely. He thought to himself, "It really worked." Then he drew 3 more short blades and held them in his hands. "Now just keep using Demon Eye Focus to attack, and we'll definitely succeed." But unexpectedly, the wound where he had stabbed seemed to be gathering a surging energy within. One strike then triggered a 200x critical, sending the Wolf King straight to its demise. What? Jiang Kai defeated the shadowless Wolf King with just one blow. He himself couldn't believe his eyes that such a miracle had occurred so swiftly. A notification panel immediately appeared. "Congratulations to adventurer Jiang Kai for defeating the Novice Zone boss, the shadowless Wolf King." He thought to himself, "I had planned a long fight, but it triggered a 200x critical instead." But on second thought, it made sense. After clearing so many monsters without a single critical, one exploding now was not unreasonable. Now that the wolves had lost their leader, they were like a headless snake. Seeing him, their bodies trembled and they instinctively backed away. Seeing this, Nwan hurriedly said, "Jiang Kai, look, the pack seems to be retreating." He stepped toward his 2 teammates and asked kindly, "Yuanju, Nwan, do you still have fight left in you?" They quickly replied, "Yes, we can still fight well." With the Wolf King no longer commanding, this pack is just fish on a chopping block now. Remember how they tormented us earlier? Do not show them mercy. Watching the pack scatter like experience points falling from the sky, the 3 immediately rushed in to sweep them up, determined to leave not a single one alive. Nwan took on the healing role, while Yuanju majestically unleashed a continuous barrage of punches. After a fierce bout of combat, the pack was finally completely wiped out. Yuanzu laughed out loud in joy. "Ah, it's over. I never expected we could take down the Novice Zone boss." Nwan excitedly chimed in, "We're truly amazing." Jiang Kai turned to instruct his 2 friends. "I left many shadowless wolves wounded earlier. Go finish them off to add more points." Yuanju asked in return, "What happens next?" Jiang Kai answered, "We currently hold a lot of accumulated points. The next step is, of course, to head straight to the final point." A few hours later, the 3 set foot in the territory of Saint Miracle Nation. Yuanju looked around with curious eyes. Nwan couldn't help exclaiming, "Is this our Saint Miracle Nation territory on Soul Planet? It's magnificent." Jiang Kai smiled and explained, "Of course, Saint Miracle City is the busiest hub for the people of the Saint Miracle Kingdom on Soul Planet." Chun Wan cried out in surprise, "Hey, where's that mouse running off to?" Jiang Kai just smiled faintly and said calmly, "It's fine, that's its freedom. If fate allows, we'll meet again." At the final reception hall for newcomers, many other novices were already gathered in large numbers. Ha Dao appeared and announced clearly, "Congratulations to those of you who passed the challenge. I am Ha Dao, the novice guide. Now everyone who cleared the trial is gathered here." Jiang Kai stepped forward and asked, "Chief, may I see the ranking board of novices who passed the trial?" Ha Dao replied curtly, Of course, but before he could finish, Hong Vai loudly cut in. What a coincidence. I didn't expect those riffraff who work for my family to take the trial too. He looked at Jiang Kai with full arrogance and contempt. Or should I broaden your horizons and show you the ranking board? Jiang Kai felt a bit annoyed at his presence. I didn't expect Hong Vai to show up so early. Hong Vai opened the ranking board and arrogantly declared, "Hey, I'm at the top, and you guys also took the top spots perfectly. Just unfortunate they're counted from the bottom up." The surrounding crowd immediately joined in mocking Jiang Kai's group. Look at these useless trash. With such pathetic results they dare to ask. Ha ha ha. They're not even worth a fraction compared to the rejects. Old memories flooded Jiang Kai's mind. His sister went to Soul Planet to earn money because of him, even taking a job at Hong Vai's house. Moreover, that bastard had repeatedly harassed his sister. Worse, Hong Vai often exploited his brother's illness to humiliate Jiang Kai. He had mocked him. Ha ha ha. Your brother is just a sick dog, and you yourself are nothing but a coward. Yuan Zhu, witnessing this, couldn't help but get angry. He yelled, Hong Vai, I advise you to clean your mouth. Jiang Kai hurriedly stopped his friend. It's fine, True Z. Then he calmly turned to the crowd and said, Sorry everyone. I announced that the ranking board will be rearranged soon, because the top 3 spots have been taken by us. Hong Vai and his entourage, hearing this, mocked them even more harshly. Are you crazy? 3 people taking the top 3 spots? Based on hot air. Ha ha ha. Chief, these people are seriously ill. Yeah. Maybe send them for psychiatric treatment. 3 idiots. Jiang Kai smiled lightly and said to his 2 teammates, True Z, Nguan, we don't need to fake humility anymore. Yuan Zhu grinned smugly. Hehe, I've been waiting for you to say that. Then let's reveal our cards. With that, the 3 pulled out a huge pile of monster corpses they had accumulated during the trial and displayed them before the crowd. Obviously, everyone was astonished, mouths agape, eyes wide. What? Hong Vai was utterly shocked, sweating profusely. How can there be so many monster corpses? Damn, not only human-faced beasts but also a large number of shadowless wolves. The surrounding crowd kept exclaiming in panic, Impossible, my God. I even see the corpse of the shadowless wolf king. Hong Vai still couldn't believe his eyes. He stammered. What the hell is this? You lot are all trash. How could you kill so many monsters? Even the shadowless wolf king. How could such an absurd thing happen? Jiang Kai smirked at him. Ha! Whether it's real or fake, the ranking board already told you. People began to chatter. Look, the ranking board really has changed. So their accumulated points are real after all? Hong Vai stubbornly refused to accept the results. How can this be? Moreover, they've truly taken the top 3 spots for themselves. Jiang Kai gave a suggestive laugh. Ha ha! You think that's all? Chief, may I ask, if we completely eliminate an accumulator, do we get additional accumulated points? Ha Dao exclaimed in shock. This is the watch of the water accumulator. Hong Vai was even more stunned. What? An accumulator? Immediately after, he laughed loudly, deliberately denying it.
Ah, eu bé ben exposar.
How could rookies possibly slaughter an accumulator? They're clearly a bunch of frauds. Moreover, there's no way an accumulator would appear in this trial. Did anyone here encounter an accumulator? The crowd immediately echoed him. No. Nobody at all. He then turned the pressure onto Ha Dao. Chief, look how many people testify like this. Aside from them, basically no one encountered an accumulator. They must be con artists. I propose voiding their results and launching a thorough investigation.
Adao hesitated.
This. Meanwhile, the crowd kept chanting excitedly. Deal with them. Seriously punish them. Quickly punish these liars. Suddenly an authoritative voice rang out, cutting through the noise. Rest assured, the accumulator's sudden appearance is real. It simply hadn't been announced to everyone yet. The speaker was Deputy Commander of the Zhangzhong City Military District, Lo Tuan. He spoke plainly to the crowd. I was surprised when I first heard this too, but our superiors ordered me to personally come praise the three in Jiang Kai's group. That proves everything is true. Those who heard this gasped in alarm. What? That's Lo Tuan, deputy commander of Jiangzhong City. All the bigwigs have come. This proves they really did kill those accumulators. Is it really true? Lo Tuan strode up to Jiang Kai and announced, Jiang Kai, because the military wants to encourage you for neutralizing the accumulator threat, we've specially upgraded the team's equipment rewards. Originally, the rewards for second and third place were Grade B. They will now be upgraded to Grade A. And the first place reward for Jiang Kai will be raised from Grade A to Grade S. Jiang Kai was extremely surprised to learn he could receive an item of such a high tier. Yuanzhu grinned so widely he couldn't close his mouth.
Ah, really?
Wan was overjoyed as well. Wonderful. Jiang Kai remained composed and replied, Thank you, Commander. Those who had mocked Jiang Kai a moment ago now clutched their heads in panic, exclaiming, What? The reward upgraded from A to S? Just starting out and already owning such top-tier gear. Welcome to Jiang Kai's Demon Planet class. Currently, equipment on Demon Planet is ranked from S to F, with F the lowest quality and S the absolute top tier. Generally, B- and C-grade gear is considered pretty good. A- and S-grade items are extremely rare, items every explorer covets and dreams of. Seeing Jiang Kai receive such fine equipment, Hong Vai ground his teeth in fury, veins bulging. Damn it! Even if Jiang Kai gets an S-tier reward, I couldn't care less. But he actually pushed me down to 4th. He screamed in rage. Unfair. There's definitely something wrong with these results. A guy like Jiang Kai is inferior. What right does an inferior have to surpass me? Jiang Kai coldly warned him, Hong Vai, the military has confirmed it. Do you still not believe it? Also, consider this a warning. Don't bother my family. Hong Vai couldn't contain himself any longer. He drew his weapon, preparing to attack Jiang Kai.
Adauriedli intervende.
Hong Vai stopped, but he paid no heed and continued to insult Jiang Kai. What now? Did I say something wrong? Your whole family is just lowly commoners. Your brother is just a diseased dog, and your sister is nothing but a lowly servant. You're just a bastard I once beat bloody in some back alley. Today you dare climb over me? He continued spewing crude, ugly words. Jiang Kai's face grew darker and darker, full of murderous intent. Hong Vai, still unaware that death was closing in, continued to taunt. Know that your servant sister is still working for my family. You dare to anger me? Mark my words. One day I'll drag her out. Before he could finish, Jiang Kai blurred forward like a gust of wind to teach him a lesson he'd never forget. A large wound immediately opened on Hong Vai's body, fresh blood spouting out. The onlookers stared in astonishment, unable to believe their eyes. What? Wan and Yuanzhu were also surprised and exclaimed in unison. Jiang Kai attacked Hong Vai? Lo Tuan's eyes flashed with interest. He's made a move? Someone cried out in horror. Hong Vai is from the Hong family, one of the nation's 10 great guilds. How dare Jiang Kai lay a hand on him? Hong Vai couldn't believe he'd been struck. Trembling, he pointed at Jiang Kai. Ahem. Jiang Kai, you dare attack me? Do you know what consequences you'll face? Jiang Kai showed no fear. He turned to him with icy eyes. Ha! Your filthy beast dared spread rumors about harming my family. Why should I care what you are? Before everyone's horrified faces, Jiang Kai stepped right in front of Hong Vai and growled. In this end times, my family is the most important thing to me. If anyone dares lay a hand on them, no matter who they are, I will punish them. Moreover, I'll kill that person instantly. Not giving Hong Vai a chance to plead, Jiang Kai coldly plunged his weapon into him. Hong Vai was thus given a one-way ticket off Earth forever. The system announced, Jiang Kai has eliminated Hong Vai and is entitled to collect 6 experience points from him. Jiang Kai glanced at the meager experience number with some disdain. Ha, only 6 experience points? For a wealthy clan member, that's pitifully poor. The surrounding crowd was utterly shocked. What? He dared attack the young master of the Hong family? Even if death isn't real in Demon Planet, he has the massive Shen Wu guild behind him. This guy's guts are unreal. Lo Tuan found Jiang Kai increasingly interesting. Not bad. This kid is blunt but full of integrity. No wonder the superiors specifically wanted to meet him. He thought for a moment, then announced to everyone, "Ladies and gentlemen, Hong Vai instigated this. Jiang Kai merely defended and counterattacked. This matter ends here." He then turned to Jiang Kai's group. "Jiang Kai, you three come with me. I'll take you to receive your rewards."
Jiang Kai nodded.
"Yes, thank you, Chief." Yuanju and Nuan chattered praise. "Wow, Jiang Kai was epic just now, so cool." Lo Tuan quickly led the three to the reward depot. "Sorry to keep you waiting. These are special military-grade rewards for you. Open them now." Jiang Kai replied, "Thank you." The treasure chest was opened. Nuan cried out with joy when she saw the gem. "Ah, it's a life jade. This is every junior doctor's dream."
Lo Tuan smiled fondly.
The life jade increases spirit by 15 points and improves healing and potion crafting effectiveness. Very good. Yuanju received a suit of armor. Holy crap. Look, mine is the black rock leather armor. Looks so badass.
Lo Tuan applauded approvingly.
The black rock leather armor increases energy by 16 points and reduces damage by up to 168 points. It's a high-quality, all-around defensive and offensive piece. Yuanju laughed with satisfaction.
"Ah, so useful."
Nuan urged from beside him, "Kai, hurry and open yours too."
Jiang Kai nodded.
All right. When opened, Jiang Kai's reward was 9 razor-sharp blades. However, the system reported it could not yet identify the weapon's attributes. Lo Tuan was a little surprised. "Huh? You need an appraisal to see its stats?" Yuanju asked curiously. "If it needs an appraisal card, then it's definitely top tier."
Lo Tuan nodded.
Exactly. High-quality equipment usually requires an appraisal card. Luckily, I have a few. Let me give you a hand. After speaking, he placed an appraisal card on Jiang Kai's weapon. The system immediately displayed the item's name, 9 Tribulations Death Chasing, an S-rank weapon. But when they checked the stats, everyone felt something was off. After reading it, Lo Tuan was stunned. Huh? Is a crit-focused weapon? New players have low attack power. Even if they land a crit, it won't matter much. This S-rank gear might even be worse than some A-rank items. Yuanju wondered, "Hey Chief, this seems a bit of a ripoff for us, right?" Nuan spoke up, "Chief Lo, can we swap Kai's item for something else?" Lo Tuan looked at Jiang Kai with some embarrassment. Rather troublesome, but I can help you file an exchange request." Before he finished, Jiang Kai cut in, "No," he stated firmly, "no exchange needed. I'll take this." Jiang Kai hefted the 9 Tribulations Death Chasing and thought to himself, "How could this item shortchange me? This is clearly a perfect divine weapon tailor-made for me." It should be noted that his critical damage wasn't merely double but 200 times a normal person's. If a crit triggered, even the Shadowless Wolf King couldn't withstand a blow. Unfortunately, his base critical rate was quite low. Against strong enemies, he might be killed before landing a critical hit. In that case, the weapon would be useless. But the 9 Tribulations Death Chasing was different. Each attack increased critical chance by at least 10%. By the 9th strike, the rate reached 90%, virtually guaranteeing a critical. It was truly a perfect godly weapon for those with a crit talent. Seeing his determination to keep the reward, Lo Tuan nodded in agreement. "Oh fine. Jiang Kai, if you like it, take it." After passing the trial, Jiang Kai could return to Earth at any time. Suddenly Lo Tuan patted his shoulder and warned, "Just one thing, Jiang Kai. I'll tell you now. Someone will be looking for you soon. My sincere advice is to be careful when you go home." A while later, in the slum district of Jiangzhong City in the Saint Miracle Nation on Earth, Jiang Kai leisurely rode his bike home. He thought happily, "I didn't expect the rookie trial to go so well. Big Brother and everyone will be shocked when they hear. Next I'll take Big Brother and on 2 away from here, far from the Hong family as possible." He looked up at their shabby dwelling and told himself, "From now on we'll say goodbye to the slums. Big Brother will receive proper treatment. On 2 will no longer be bothered by anyone. Everything will be fine." Arriving home, Jiang Kai called out loudly, "Big Brother."
Anh Tu,
I'm home. Come out and see my trial results. But what greeted him was not family. It was a gang of thugs staring at him with murderous looks. The leader, Hong Dat, sat in the middle of the room and said in a flat tone, "Humph. Waited all this time to see you. Heard you were very impressive in today's trial." "Yeah." Jiang Kai startled and asked, "Are you Hong Vai's brother, Hong Dat? What do you want?" A sense of unease rose in him. This is bad. How did the Hong family find us so fast? Suddenly someone shoved Jiang Kai hard from behind. Two of Hong Dat's henchmen immediately lunged forward, grabbed him and shouted, "Kneel!" Hong Dat stepped forward holding a stick, gritting his teeth. "Jiang Kai, do you know? You killed my brother on Demon Planet. Now he has to undergo psychological therapy. You must understand that only the Hong family is allowed to bully others. No one has ever dared stroke the tiger's whiskers of the Hong family. You made Hong Vai bedridden for a month, so I'll send you off this life. You son of a bitch." Having said that, he swung the stick straight at Jiang Kai. Just as the stick was about to hit Jiang Kai, the back door suddenly burst open, knocking the two men restraining him aside. The force was so great the door flew toward Hong Dat, hurling the rest of the group backward. Hong Dat screamed in fury. "Who is it?" The newcomer said calmly. "Jiang Kai. I told someone to remind you to be careful when you went home." It turned out to be Wei Ying with Lam Lam. Wei Ying looked at Jiang Kai and asked, "Why didn't you take my warning seriously?" Lam Lam held up her papers and ordered coldly, "Don't move. The military is on duty."
Hong Dat was terrified.
"What? Senior Commanding Officer Wei Ying of Jiangzhong City? Someone of that rank is here." Wei Ying smiled faintly. "Ha, we're here for Jiang Kai. Today you picked the wrong nest to mess with."
Hong Dat was stunned.
"Huh? The commander came for Jiang Kai? How is that possible? What status does this ragged kid have?" Jiang Kai also stared in astonishment to see such a high-ranking figure come personally for him. "What? The senior commanding officer of Jiangzhong came because of me?" Very quickly, Hong Dat was escorted away by the police. "Be a bit more honest." Upstairs, Jiang Kai watched and hesitantly asked, Commander Wei Ying, thank you for saving me. But may I ask why you were looking for me?" Wei Ying replied calmly, "Don't be nervous. We have a purpose in coming. In this rookie trial, you, Yuanju, and Sun Nuan all performed exceptionally well. You know, the other two have already been invited to join the military. We're here to invite you as well. After all, you also possess a new profession." Hearing this, surprise showed clearly in Jiang Kai's eyes. Lam Lam turned to explain, "Jiang Kai, do you understand what a new profession means? Currently, the profession system for Demon Planet explorers is extremely diverse. Every 20 levels you change class once, and attributes and skills will change accordingly. Some become stronger, but some grow weaker. Many late-stage professions nearly become useless. Therefore, to find the optimal development path, the military focuses on researching and seeking out new professions. And the profession you possess seems to be an extremely overpowered new profession." Lam Lam looked directly at Jiang Kai and asked, "So, Jiang Kai, will you agree to join the military as a bearer of this new profession?" Seeing Jiang Kai still hesitate, she continued to persuade, "Don't worry. No one will force you. Sorry for investigating beforehand. We know about your brother's illness. If you nod, the military will not only protect your family, but also cover all medical expenses for your brother's treatment." Hearing the conditions offered, Jiang Kai immediately fell silent. He remained quiet for a long time without answering. Before Jiang Kai could respond, Wei Ying turned and left, calling back as he went, "Well, weren't you going to Demon Planet to pay for your brother's treatment? If you agree, report to the military tomorrow." Lam Lam added from the side, "Come find me then." Jiang Kai quietly watched their backs recede. Then, without hesitation, he said, "Sorry, I refuse to join the military." Both of them turned back in surprise. "Why?" Jiang Kai explained slowly, "I know joining the military is a good thing, but that's true for professions that are guaranteed to grow strong in the future, like Yuanju's martial adept and Nuan's doctor. But I'm different. I'm a new profession. Remember that year when the demon drunk was discovered to be a new profession? Didn't the military also once value it enormously? They poured resources into cultivating Demon Drunk, pushing that profession to its peak. But when they found continued investment brought no returns, Demon Drunk was abandoned. Look at Demon Drunk's situation now. Those who switch to Demon Drunk are no better than beggars on the street. This time I was too complacent, unprepared. I didn't expect the Hong family to shamelessly strike directly. We must quickly leave the area controlled by the Hong family. We really appreciate your help, but the three of us have relied on each other for over 10 years. We are used to holding our own fate rather than completely relying on someone else's protection. Lam Lam immediately raised her voice. But now humanity is in an apocalypse. Your new profession could very well bring major change to all mankind. Humanity needs you now. How can you think so short-sightedly? Jiang Kai looked at her and replied softly, "Sorry, I'm not that great. I just want to protect my family and live in peace." Lam Lam stood dumbfounded, at a loss for words. Wei Ying put a hand on her and said, "Let it go. I understand this kid's mindset. Habits formed over more than 10 years can't be changed overnight. But kid, you must know your brother doesn't have much time left." He looked at Jiang Kai and continued, "Moreover, in this apocalypse, fighting alone won't work. How about we make a bet? For the next month, the military will continue to protect you from interference by the Hong family. If within 1 month you can earn enough money for your brother's surgery and prove you have the capability to protect your family, we'll accept your refusal to join the military. But if you fail to raise that sum, the military will pay all your brother's treatment costs to keep him alive. After that, you'll be required to enlist for evaluation. How about it?" Jiang Kai fell silent and thought for a long time, then finally smiled and nodded. "All right, I agree." He thought to himself that having accepted the wager with the army, the most urgent thing was to quickly return to Ma Planet to earn enough money for his brother's surgery. Before leaving, he left a letter for his brother. "Big brother, brother 2, are you all still working overtime? I've passed the exam. I'm heading back to Ma Planet first." Walking along, he calculated silently. Besides the threat from the Huang family, the three brothers could no longer live here. They needed to move to an area with higher security to ensure their safety. Therefore, this return to Ma Planet was an extremely heavy task. "But next time I come back, I'll definitely bring enough money." Not long after, Jiang Kai returned to St. Miracle City. He admired his new outfit and thought, after passing the newbie trial, the real adventure on Ma Planet finally begins. After changing clothes in the trading area, he felt exhilarated. At last I can make money by hunting monsters. However, he also understood one thing very clearly. For newcomers, earning money on Ma Planet almost required joining a guild, because the monsters on Ma Planet were too strong. Fighting alone carried an extremely high risk of death. That's why most new adventurers chose to join guilds and team up with others to hunt monsters. After all, a guild is a large-scale team. By joining one, newcomers can follow veteran members to fight monsters, significantly increasing their chances of survival. Now, let's see which guild is suitable to join. With that, Jiang Kai pushed the door in excitedly. "Hello? I'd like to join a guild." The receptionist saw him and forced a smile. "Sorry, are you Jiang Kai? At the moment you cannot join any guild." Jiang Kai was stunned. "Huh? Why?" The girl sighed softly and explained. "Because you've offended the Huang family, you're currently blacklisted by almost every guild. So, barring unforeseen circumstances, you'll have to challenge Ma Planet alone from now on." Those words pierced Jiang Kai's fragile heart like a sharp arrow. The scene shifted to the safe zone on the outskirts of St. Miracle City, the recruitment area. Jiang Kai muttered irritably as he walked. "What? Because I offended the Huang family, no guild dares accept me? Am I supposed to end before I even begin?" Just then, a voice sounded from behind. "Sir, are you wondering where to go to hunt monsters?" Jiang Kai turned around. In front of him stood a young woman with a radiant smile. "I'm a fortune teller. I can calculate the best place for you to hunt monsters. One reading costs 100 Ma Planet currency." The girl, Hunan, was an adventurer with the vocation fortune teller at level 29. Jiang Kai looked at the eager shine in her eyes for a long moment, then decisively turned and walked away. "Sorry, I'm an atheist. Seeing that, Hunan hurriedly called after him. Wait, she tried to hold on to her rare customer. Sir, don't go. You can bargain. 80 is fine. 50 is fine. 30 is fine. Or how about this? I'll do one reading free of charge as a grand opening offer. Hearing the word free, Zhang Kai immediately turned back. His attitude changed 180 degrees. Oh? Free? Then please do. Actually, I'm very superstitious. Hunan widened her eyes at the man. He had just claimed to be an atheist, and now at the word free he turned right back. This guy was miserly beyond cure, but in the end she gritted her teeth and took out her tools. Fine, consider it practice for my skills. Hunan took out a set of fortune-telling tools, muttered calculations for a long while, then said seriously, Sir, you're currently facing a great danger. If you don't want disaster to follow you, I advise you to go to the King's Valley. As she spoke, she pointed toward the distant gate leading to King's Valley. Zhang Kai immediately fell into thought. Dangerous? That was indeed true. The Huang family was targeting him. It's just that killings were strictly forbidden in the safe zone, so they hadn't dared to act yet. Hui Yubing Plain was where most newbies from level 1 to level 10 trained. If he went there, the Huang family might send people to intercept and kill him. As for Taiping Mountain Path, it's an area for explorers level 15 and above. With his current strength, entering there would be tantamount to courting death. King's Valley, meanwhile, was a gorge meant for much higher level players. Given his present abilities, he could still force himself to try. More importantly, the Huang family certainly wouldn't expect him to dare enter such a dangerous place alone. Thinking this, Zhang Kai's eyes hardened. If the Huang family won't let me join a guild, then I'll single-handedly conquer Ma Planet to show them. King's Valley will be my first target. After deciding, Zhang Kai sped off. He ran so fast that Hunan didn't even have time to say goodbye. From afar his voice carried back, Thank you very much for the tip. Hunan stood frozen, blankly watching his retreating figure. After a long moment she came to. Wait! Why is he going to King's Valley alone? What the hell is this? I mean, he should go with a team. Where was King's Valley? A newbie like him going there wasn't asking for death, but Hunan didn't pay it much mind. She quickly packed up her tools and turned to leave. This has nothing to do with me. Just don't revoke my 5-star rating. Before long, Zhang Kai set foot in King's Valley. He scanned the area and murmured, So this is King's Valley? I wonder how strong the monsters here are. At that moment, a loud noise came from behind, startling him into turning around. Something's happening. In the distance, a giant gorilla had appeared and was rampaging against a group of explorers. The battle was chaotic. Someone in the group shouted orders. Hold the formation. This colossal black ape is level 11, while we're all level 10. Just a bit more and we can take it down. He then urged his teammates on. Everyone, increase your attacks. Hurry up. Zhang Kai hid behind a nearby rock, watching quietly. Is this how professional exploration teams fight? It's intense as expected, and the monsters here all seem very strong. I wonder what kind I'll run into? Suddenly, a sense of danger rose within him. Zhang Kai spun around. Right behind him, 3 giant black apes had appeared without him noticing. He hurriedly stepped back and took a defensive stance. Are they really here? Mention them and they appear immediately. The 3 black apes roared fiercely in unison. Each of them was no low level. On the other side of the battlefield, the system suddenly announced, Squad Skysword has successfully defeated the level 11 colossal black ape. The group immediately cheered. Finally we won. We're awesome. An excited member said, Captain, we used level 10 strength to beat a level 11 black ape without any losses. This feat is something to brag about for a long time. The captain grinned smugly. Of course. You guys should know who your captain is. But before he could finish, a tremendous noise sounded behind them. Everyone was startled and turned to look. In the distance, a strange scene unfolded. Zhang Kai was being fiercely chased by 3 black apes. It was an uproarious chase. As he ran, Zhang Kai cursed inwardly. Damn it! Looks like I accidentally ran into their territory. Seeing that scene, the members of Squad Skysword were all astonished. Captain, over there. Someone is facing 3 black apes alone, and their levels are even higher than the one we just fought. Should we go help him? Hearing that, the captain immediately raised a hand to stop them. You guys are idiots. That fellow surely carelessly angered all 3 black apes at once. Who could save someone after such a foolish move? One of them is already hard to handle. If we go, we'll all die together. He hurriedly suggested they retreat as fast as possible. No sooner had he finished than a deafening explosion sounded behind them. The first gorilla had the honor of experiencing free flight through the air, soaring past before their eyes. Zhang Kai smiled inwardly. Perfect. The pursuit skill stacks critical chance with each hit, and on the 5th strike it triggers an enormous supercritical. The others gaped at him in bewilderment. What is this? We had to pull all our strength to kill one low-level black ape, yet that brat sent a level 12 one to the sky in seconds. 2 more gorillas remained unbeaten. They lunged aggressively, continuing to chase Zhang Kai without letting up. Zhang Kai curled a wry smile. Then let's take care of one more. With that, he turned and charged straight at them to attack. Another one was sent to reunite with its ancestors in the blink of an eye. Zhang Kai grew more and more bloodthirsty. Incredible. This time, a single attack boosted by Pursuit's 10% crit chance was enough to trigger a supercritical. The onlookers gaped in astonishment again. What the hell? He killed another one too. Only one remained? He thought to himself, fine, now the opponent is alone. The captain exclaimed with worry. That's the level 14 black ape, the strongest in this area. I don't believe he has the strength to kill it. Zhang Kai calculated in his head. He only had 3 more pursuit throws left, but his mana and stamina were nearly depleted. He could hardly run any longer. Then he could only gamble one last time before it caught him. He had to do his best to raise the chance of a massive crit. Bet on whether he or it would die first. Thinking so, he decisively leaped high into the air and launched his weapon at the remaining gorilla. The weapon pierced the gorilla, releasing an immense burst of energy. Zhang Kai cried out in delight. Perfect. And all in throw with his remaining weapons. It indeed triggered a critical hit. The final gorilla died instantly before the witnesses. The whole group stared at Zhang Kai like he was a monster. Ha! Could he really have killed all 3? Their dozen-plus group struggled to kill one, yet he handled 3. What kind of deity is this? After dealing with the 3 monsters, Zhang Kai let out a breath. Whoosh! Unexpectedly, this beast wasn't as easy as he'd imagined. He looked over the loot he'd obtained and thought. Now he had 3 corpse cards. Soloing alone might not be so hard after all. After tidying up, he used lightness skills and left, to the utter astonishment of those people. The captain cried out regretfully, Damn! The great player's gone. If we'd met such a master, we should have schmoozed him and befriended him, right? He whined, blaming others. Who told you to stop me from helping that great player at the start? I regret it to death. The others were speechless. Hey, wasn't it the captain who stopped you? The scene shifted to a place called Ashen Plain. One man exclaimed in amazement. Am I seeing things? The formation has 3 martial artists, 1 soldier, and 1 healer. Isn't this the famed Eagle Squad from the Royal Xuanwu Guild? Why have they come snooping into the Newbie area of Ashen Plain? That lineup is terrifying. A girl with the healer class spoke up. Humph. We've circled Ashen Plain already, and still can't find any sign of that Zhang Kai. The martial artist with her immediately grabbed Hunan by the collar and shouted. I heard you were the last person to see Zhang Kai. Spill it. Tell us where he's hiding. Hunan answered with difficulty. Ahem. What do you want to do to him if you find him? 2 others cut in. Humph. Isn't this common knowledge? That Zhang Kai had the nerve to offend the royal family. We've been sent by the royal family to take revenge and wash our honor. Hunan replied. Is that so? That Zhang Kai has already gone to King's Valley. Go look for him there. Hearing her, the man released his grip and warned. Fine. But if you dare lie to us, when we return you'll be dead for sure. Those standing nearby were terrified. The Eagle Squad is the top-tier level 20 exploration team of the royal family. Messing with such a powerful squad means that Zhang Kai is as good as dead.
Hu Nhan cao ghét lai ti.
Ahem. So powerful? For the immoral, Even a fortune teller won't make guarantees. Earlier I secretly cast omens for them, did a bit of calculation. If they go after Zhang Kai this time, the most likely outcome is they'll all be wiped out. One day later, at King's Valley, Zhang Kai confidently inspected his spoils. Nice. I've killed 16 colossal black apes and finally leveled up to level 6. I've heard the corpses of these black apes sell for high prices, though hauling this load is quite the chore, but I have to drag it along no matter what. That way the money for medicine will be much less of a burden. Suddenly a voice called from behind him. Hey, kid over there, want to join our hunting team? Zhang Kai turned and saw a group of people approaching him. The speaker continued, 3 of our teams are teaming up to hunt black apes. If we win, we'll get the rare item, an essence treasure chest. Do you want to join us? Zhang Kai eyed them warily. A hunting team? But I don't have a team. I travel alone. The leader smiled lightly, appearing friendly. No problem. Just the right time, we need an extra person. The group slowly guided each other closer to the cliff face. The leader pointed and asked Zhang Kai, did you see? Over there 4 elite black apes are guarding the cave. Inside is the essence treasure chest. But the problem is those 4 are very strong, and we only have 3 teams, so we need you to lure them out. The task is just to lead one away. Then the 3 teams will take on the remaining 3. When you return, you can claim a share of the chest. Zhang Kai thought to himself, an essence treasure chest? Rumor says it contains a lot of premium items, worth more than monster corpses. I have to find a way to snatch it, but facing such powerful elite monsters, the rule is to fight as a group. Yet they were forcing him to go lure the beasts alone. Clearly they don't want him to come back alive. It looks like the 3 teams intend to take the chest for all 4 parties themselves. But now that he's boarded the pirate ship, refusing would likely make it hard to leave here safely. Thinking that, he smiled and replied, all right, I agree. The leader, pleased, ordered, good. Then execute the plan. Teams, stay alert. The group immediately charged up to attack the gorilla pack below. Then he turned to urge Zhang Kai, kid, move quickly. Zhang Kai swiftly launched into action. Okay, let's do this. He dashed past the gorilla and successfully drew its attention, causing it to chase him. The man showed visible delight. Haha, not bad at all. That brat actually did it. That means 1 fewer person to share the essence treasure chest. Now it's safe, each team handles 1. Everything's in my hands. As Zhang Kai ran, he thought, whoa, these people plan pretty deeply. The stats of this elite black ape are likely multiples higher than a normal black ape. If it were some rookie explorer, they'd surely be dead. But I'm not an ordinary explorer. Thinking that, he braked sharply, spun around, and hurled a weapon at the pursuing ape. The ape screamed in pain and froze in place. His massive arm was still raised, aiming to grab Zhang Kai. Then, a moment later, a huge explosion rang out, shaking the whole area. The ape died on the spot.
Giang Khải grins muli.
Nice. Who knew a single supercritical could take down this elite black ape? So now it's my turn to use them to seize that chest, right? Over here, the leader kept manipulating the team's mentality. Come on, give it a bit more effort. Win this fight and we'll split the chest. Zhang Kai returned and lurked behind him, quietly observing the situation. Seeing him engrossed in battle and not watching his surroundings, he seized the opportunity to slip into the cave to search for the essence treasure chest. His eyes lit with extreme joy. He hadn't expected it to be so easy to infiltrate. Moreover, there really was a chest over there. The interface looked worth the trouble. Jackpot. Getting it would make luring away that level 15 elite black ape worthwhile. Suddenly, a gorilla even more terrifying than the ones outside appeared right above his head. The monster swung its giant fist down toward the spot where Zhang Kai stood. Zhang Kai was utterly shocked. He hadn't expected such a monster to hide deep inside the cave. What? There's a level 20 elite black ape inside the cave too? Did they not thoroughly investigate before rushing in to fight? The system immediately issued a red alert. The monster ahead is extremely dangerous. Zhang Kai quickly realized he was in a desperate situation. It was standing firm right at the cave entrance. With no way out, he had to go all out against it. So he had no choice but to take a reckless gamble. But the weapon he threw at the monster bounced back as if its skin were covered with a layer of solid iron armor. Zhang Kai grew even more horrified. It didn't leave a single wound. Even though he'd aimed straight for its eye, the system displayed the stats. Colossal Black Ape Elite, Earth Attribute. Defense 23 points. Current attacks cannot pierce its surface armor and cannot deal any damage.
Giang Khải Wariden Calculate.
The penetration of True Men is only 9 points, yet its defense is 23. Could this one be like the Wolf King, requiring its defense to be broken before any damage can be inflicted? At that moment, the gorilla swung its arm again, preparing to strike Zhang Kai once more. Zhang Kai couldn't react in time and took the full hit from the monster. He was slammed violently and sent crashing into the large rock behind him. The impact was so strong that Zhang Kai felt dizzy. It hurt like hell. The gap in strength is truly enormous. Could I really die here? If you die on the demon planet, you suffer a severe penalty. You can't log in again for a month. The gorilla lumbered over, grabbed Zhang Kai, and hoisted him high. He thought helplessly, if this is the outcome, won't I lose the monthly agreement with Commander Wei? That would implicate my big brother and sister, forcing them to join the army. Wouldn't it? But my situation right now is extremely desperate. A frantic voice suddenly rang in his head. Hey, wake up! Hey, wake up now! A fragment of memory surged back. Don't you dare fall asleep. You must stay conscious. Absolutely do not sleep. Worrying, Big Brother will definitely get you all safely out of this brutal battlefield. It was an image from 10 years ago on the Beast God battlefield. That image of his brother snapped Zhang Kai awake. Huh? What the? How could I sleep in a situation like this? Big Brother was able to rescue me and my sister even amid the brutal Beast God battlefield. So how could I collapse here? The monster opened its mouth wide, putting Zhang Kai inside as if it were eating a snack. It even wore a satisfied grin, as pleased as a child given candy. But a second later, its whole body suddenly radiated a blinding light, brighter than car headlights. The monster's head instantly exploded, spraying gore everywhere. Then its massive body collapsed with a thud to the ground. Zhang Kai breathed a silent sigh of relief. It was a complete success. Although the black ape's outer hide had very high defense, the inside of its mouth was soft and had no defense at all. So attacking from inside the mouth easily bypassed its defenses. This tactic was exactly the same as when defeating the Wolf King. After defeating the monster, he turned to the treasure chest lying beside it. The valuable chest was finally in his hands. About half an hour later, loud, arrogant laughter echoed from outside. We've won! The group kept cheering excitedly. Thanks to that kid luring one away, otherwise we'd have been wiped out. So that brat must be dead, right? The leader sneered. Fine. If he's dead, that just leaves us one extra share, doesn't it? Then he gleefully led the team into the cave. Let's go. The chest must be lying exposed inside waiting for us. We're in for a big haul. But to their irony, what awaited them was only an empty, cold cave. The leader screamed in rage like a slaughtered pig. What the hell is going on? Where's the chest? How did the essence treasure chest fly away? A henchman timidly spoke up. Boss, I remember now. During the scuffle, I think I saw that kid sneaking into the cave. Hearing this, his rage flared even more. What? Why didn't you tell me sooner? The other stammered a defense. I thought it was a hallucination from dizziness. I didn't think he could have survived. The men immediately showed their dissatisfaction. Captain, didn't our mission just come to nothing? We spent so many days on this run. Look, even if you didn't get the chest, you still owe us fair pay. You haven't paid me several months' wages yet. The leader snarled angrily in frustration. Damn it! I can't believe we were outsmarted by some snot-nosed brat. Somewhere deep in King's Valley, Zhang Kai's voice rang out, full of relief. This is how we shake off those guys. He pulled out the loot chest he'd obtained and inspected it. Now to see what this fancy chest actually contains. As the lid popped open, his eyes showed utter astonishment. The items inside were truly top-tier, extremely rare. To him, the pile of goods radiated the glow of wealth. Holy! So many rare mineral ores, and equipment on top of that. The value of these ores and gear on Demon Planet could be 10,000 times that of those monster corpses. I'm really getting rich this time. Zhang Kai suddenly noticed there were still items left at the bottom of the chest. Oh, There's another piece of equipment? Curious, he picked it up and tried it on. What kind of gloves are these? Are they offense-oriented? I should put them on and see. As soon as he put them on, an invisible power flowed through his body. It felt strange. His body suddenly lighter and much more vigorous. Could these be gloves that boost strength and agility? Eager, Zhang Kai immediately tested the new toy. Let's see how an attack performs. He swung his arm, launching the weapon from the glove forward. A small flame burst on the tip of each flying blade. Zhang Kai frowned in puzzlement. Flames on the blades? Is this just a common fire imbue accessory for weapons? On Demon Planet, many kinds of flame imbuements exist. Special types can cause all sorts of wound effects on opponents during battle. Unfortunately, ordinary flame imbuements deal pathetic damage and can't be used in real combat. At best, they're for cooking or barbecue. Any monster seeing this flame would think, "You threaten me with this weak fire? You're just scratching my itch." Zhang Kai looked down at the new gloves dejectedly, sobbing. So this fancy thing is just for grilling meat? At that moment, strange rustling noises came from deep in the forest. For more gorillas lumbered out, blocking Zhang Kai's path. What the? For Earth attribute elite black apes. He instinctively stepped back, then thought, whatever. Isn't this a great chance to test these gloves in real combat? Just handling one before nearly got me killed, and now 4 of them show up. It looked like he had to focus attacks on the weak spot inside their mouths, just like how he dealt with the previous one. Zhang Kai launched his blades at a gorilla, but the result was the same as in the cave, no effect at all. His eyes filled with anxiety. This is really bad. These monsters even know to clamp their mouths shut to block attacks. Seeing them charge aggressively, he had no choice but to retreat for now. As he ran, he calculated. Besides, even if they opened their mouths, the Trui Men blades in his hand wouldn't be strong enough to send all 4 of them to the grave at once. Could I really die here today? Suddenly, the throwing blades that had embedded in the gorillas earlier burst into fierce flames. Zhang Kai wondered, why won't this fire go out? The flames kept burning relentlessly, dealing continuous damage to the monsters. Then one of them suddenly burst into flames and was burned to ashes, destroyed in the blink of an eye. One was reduced to a charred roasted ape. Zhang Kai still didn't understand what was happening. What on earth was this blazing fire? The 3 remaining apes were quickly caught by the spreading flames. Right before his eyes, 3 more servings of roasted ape were placed on the platter. Zhang Kai stopped and stared at the black apes in astonishment. Why did they suddenly all die? He suddenly remembered. Right, just now I saw the fire damage jump from 10 points to 2,000 points. What's going on? Isn't 2,200 times 10? Could it be that these gloves emit a normal fire effect but benefit from a critical multiplier of 200 times my damage? Moreover, this fire can spread to the whole group of enemies. Keep in mind, the power of ordinary flame is normally very small, but if it hits monsters without fire resistance, the damage will quietly pierce through their defenses. Burning 2,000 damage per second will literally turn foes into dust. This kind of equipment really is a dedicated holy weapon for damage just for me. Now there's no need to worry about failing to penetrate defenses anymore. That means I can completely. Upon realizing this, throughout the entire night, the colossal black apes in King's Valley witnessed the darkest moments of their monkey lives. They had never seen anyone roast their fellows to a crisp with ordinary flame like that, and not a single one saw anything attached to his head as a damage tag. The ruthless master roaster would show no mercy to any of them.
Giang Khải lau ghét triumphant.
Within 10 miles, no treasure stays. By the second day in King's Valley, the ground was left covered only with piles of ashes. Zhang Kai exclaimed, "Deliciously done." In one night, he killed over 10 black apes and finally leveled up. He then examined the throwing blades in his hand and thought, right now, the flame damage of these gloves is unrivaled among level 20 area damage gear. Also, I gained 10 essence treasure chests and a heap of black ape corpses. I can definitely sell them for a huge sum. Suddenly he fell into thought. But playing solo on Demon Planet is a bit lonely. I really miss the days fighting alongside Zhu Zi and Non. I wonder how they're doing now. But with an army backing them, their struggle is surely better than mine. Somewhere in King's Valley, Veen True's voice rang out in sulks. Why is there nothing here? who wiped out all the black apes in King's Valley. He began to whine and cry. Wah wah wah? We've been in King's Valley for days and haven't seen a single black ape. How are we supposed to level up like this? Non could only sigh. I miss when Kai took us to hunt monsters. Those were the good days. A voice sounded, correcting the two of them. Private Veen True and to Non. Don't say such dispirited things. The man continued sternly. The reason you met monsters so easily at first was because you were in the Newbie trial area. At your current level, this place is already a high-level monster zone. The man was Lai Bu, a cavalry officer. He went on. If Zhang Kai had brought you into King's Valley, the outcome might have been disastrous. That's why I took the time to bring you here for practical experience. Not to listen to complaints. Having finished, he motioned. Let's go. Continue searching for the black apes. The two chorused. Yes, sir. Though they accepted the mission seriously on the surface, both secretly complained inwardly. But I still miss Kai. Me too. Time passed quickly. 3 days later. Ha ha. It's weird. I've been in King's Valley for days and only found a few ordinary black apes. An arrogant man said. Just a few common black apes are easy pickings for us. His companions laughed along. Heh. Lord Hong Vai told us to kill Zhang Kai. It's like using a butcher's knife on a chicken. Suddenly someone cut in. One person killing one ape is nothing special. The others immediately whipped around to look at him. Let me tell you, he said. A few days ago we saw a great player take down 3 black apes in a row. His teammates chimed in. Yeah. The scene was terrifying. The man scoffed. 1 person killed 3? You guys treat that like some elite. Like it's terrifying. Huh. But the blonde guy merely snorted and kept eating. The other ignored him and held up a photo of Zhang Kai, asking, Come on. Have any of you inside ever seen this guy? The blonde answered, Oh, impressive. That's the great player I mentioned who killed 3 black apes. His teammates immediately went into fanboy mode. Super handsome. The man and his group seemed not to believe them. Are you blind? Look again. This guy is only a level 5 newbie. Yeah. Don't spout nonsense out of jealousy. The blonde retorted. If you don't believe it, go find that great player yourself. We just saw him leave King's Valley. I should go greet that elder anyway. Hearing that, the other man's murderous intent flared. What? You mean Zhang Kai is nearby? He immediately signaled his companions. Let's go. I've been wandering in this godforsaken place for days. It's time to give Lord Hong Vai a proper explanation. Finally, we can deal with that brat. The group helplessly watched the assassin crew go after Zhang Kai. It seemed they wanted to find the great player to settle things. The great player's aura was like a transcendent master, while this gang's aggressiveness was comic book fodder at best. At the exit of King's Valley, a large crowd had gathered, conversations buzzing. We're so unlucky. This trip to King's Valley didn't even find a single black ape. Sob. I heard a forest fire roasted them all. So we have to wait for monsters to respawn. Right? Everyone should wait. Less risk of someone stealing everything. At that moment, the culprit behind the extermination walked by. Zhang Kai was still busy tallying his loot. It took me 3 days of wiping out black apes to reach level 10, and I even got 19 Jung Essence treasures. First I'll head back to St. Radiant City to sell them for cash. Suddenly a loud shout called out, yanking Zhang Kai back. Hey Zhang Kai! Stop right there. Zhang Kai turned around and saw the group from earlier had appeared. The leader glared at him with murderous intent. You hid too well. Do you know how hard you made us search? Those nearby couldn't help but be curious. Damn. Isn't that the Eagle Squad of the Royal Huin Vu Guild? What did this kid do to rile up an elite squad like that? Zhang Kai calmly asked. The royal family or the Huin Vu Guild? Did the crown send you after me? He drew his sword and snarled. Oh, playing innocent now? Have you forgotten who you offended during the newbie trials? How dare a lowlife like you pick a fight with young Master Hong Vai? We're here today to take your life. Zhang Kai dodged while protesting. Hey, in that trial it was Hong Vai who struck first. I was only defending myself. Are you sure you want to attack me? They paid him no mind and laughed loudly. Ha ha. We don't give a damn who's right or wrong. Do you know how much young Master Hong Vai will reward us if we kill you? Hearing that, Zhang Kai drew his throwing knives, his eyes flashing coldly. If you're willing to ignore right and wrong for profit, then I won't hold back either. With that, he hurled the throwing knives at them. The knives skimmed past, only grazing their bodies. From the scratches, tiny flames flared up, continuously draining their HP, but only about 10 points each time, hardly any damage. How ridiculous, there's not even a decent scratch. Is this tiny flame your signature skill? Ha ha, I'm skeptical. How could young master be killed by trash like you? The others watched and judged with contempt. It's just an ordinary flame. A pathetic damage move. What a disgrace. Ha, I thought it would be impressive. This is better for lighting someone else's pipe. Zhang Kai curled his lips in a cold smile. Funny? The damage my flame deals is indeed a bit small right now.